Let me rename this photo so that it doesn't become apparent, obviously, of what the reference is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. What a great name. As it is now in the Discord. Again, this is carved into the tree, this weird pattern.
I can't see it.
Actually, it's in general.
No, I meant I can't see them. I'm downstairs.
Oh.
Well, they can describe it to you since your character is not
It's
made.
a blue circle with water drops in a pinwheel swastika manner.
Oh.
So there's water Nazis around here.
Almost eliminated.
You actually made that?
Out of character.
Okay.
Sounds like something you would say, but
Wolfen looks at them and has a look of despair on his face.
What's the matter?
silent treatment. I get it.
He says nothing as he is clearly lost in thought and or peeing currently. You with us, Wolfen?
Yeah, 1 second.
He's got to flush the toilet and wash his hands.
He says, huh? Looking up at him. One second.
You seem to have a look on your face. Something wrong?
He it looks as if he starts to smile again. Though it's a fake smile as he says, no, nothing's wrong. As he kind of like
Insight check.
Go ahead. I don't think I have the bot in this though. We might have to
don't have
reassign it. Do I have the bot? Hold on, let me scroll down. No, I don't have the bot. Damn.
So does he go back to the other one and just click on the other one and go back to bot commands?
I guess so. We're gonna do this together. Bot commands in the other server is the chat I will be looking at.
Or we can all just join one server on fail.
How about you shut your face as I'm trying to implement the bot right now?
You see Silicon just cry out for no apparent reason.
The GitHub. Get the sidekick. Dyson looking for a group bot. Sure.
$17.
With the 17, you definitely feel that there's some hurt on his face as he looks at you and he tries to, as calmly as he can, explain that there is nothing wrong.
I understand. Not all wounds are so easily healed.
He just looks into the distance. As I almost drop ketchup.
Nice. I like the glass. Good touch. All right, continuing on. Does everybody need an image of the map?
I have one.
Yeah, I got one. I saved it in my notes,
Okay.
so I will ever know where it is.
All right.
I'm gonna need the map.
You're gonna eat the map.
Sorry, I'm gonna need the map.
Gonna need the map. Got it.
Alright, I'm back. Full circle.
Full circle.
I grabbed spaghetti and some soy sauce. I'm ready to go.
Hopefully you can eat that while we walk.
Oh. Wolfen slurps it up. Yes.
As you continue to walk, the forest to the right of you in the distance seems to vanish through hills and grass like plains. Though the end of today slowly encroaches as nightfall begins to shone through the sunset, you can see what is the end tip of the misty forest and what looks like almost a swamp-like embogment there with a little bit of a mist over it. Sort of as if it was trying to creep up on the tradeway, but by some magical means, the swamp seems to stop right there.
Okay, so we're like at the southern tip of that misty forest.
You are currently glancing into what is called the High Moor.
The swamp, yeah. But if
Wait, we're
we
going
just
into
follow
the high
My
wall?
eyes will
no,
kind of.
no, if we
get a
can
little
just follow
wider.
the road, we
Yeah.
can just follow the road into Dragon's Spear Castle. We don't have to go into Highmore. It's just like edging on it.
But Alamir Methaldor's kind of goal is to go into Highmore.
Oh, Wolven puts out his hand.
Milo sort of cowers a little bit at the sight of these shrooms and stares at you. Are you sure that's a good idea? I have to play as Milo because he's not here.
Wolven says underneath his breath, no, helps dull the pain.
None. Thank you very much. And he just gives a timid little smile.
I'll
I
help,
don't feel like being a tree anymore.
I'll have Blue. He takes it. And he
A very
eats it.
deep blue of a mushroom. As you take it and eat it, you begin to feel a little energized, in a sense, a little pep to your step. Maybe it wasn't the right kind of mushroom for trying to get to sleep at this point, but there's no real high to it at this point. It's not one of the normal ones.
Are we going to bed?
No, wait.
It is nighttime. You can continue to press forward if you wish to.
I will. Everybody want to approach me again?
Oh, didn't we do that thing and then go to bed?
No, we woke up when he started his narrative for this.
Oh,
system.
okay, yeah.
I'll move towards Moomley.
I'll get just close enough to know that I'll be within the spell.
Get in your close.
Same here.
No, Dermot,
Just-
stop doing it like that! That Wolven says out loud as he just slowly gets into the range.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
And then Wolven
Who's
just
casting the spell?
I'm casting Layman's Tiny Hut.
Josh,
Wolven just
send me
gets a
your
big
character
smile as-
image.
You
How your
always
character
crack
looks
him
like?
up when you do that joke.
Do you
Literally,
not
as
have an image of your
begin
character?
to,
Jeez. All right,
pull
because I
out
have
your
it here on the
instrument,
stream.
begin to pretty much channel your arcane energies into your instrument to power this spell and whatnot. Towards the end, you can see that your fellow comrade Sherman looks a little distressed as he sort of looks up towards the sky, almost like as if there's a twitch in his shoulder when he does this. I need Sherman to make a wisdom save for me. Also, I also need character sheets too eventually.
I
I
gave him
have
mine, right?
mine.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I gave
I
you
have-
mine.
I have
How do
mine
I-
on the table.
Oh, phew.
So I know.
Do you need them right now, or can I get them to you
Later.
afterwards? Okay.
Nat
Before
20.
next week. Nat 20, he says. You're able to suppress this urge, this almost desire of freedom. This hut slowly
You did
begins
not
to
want that.
approach around you, almost as if a cage. You were able to deal with it the first time, but it seems to be harder and harder. Almost as if civilization somehow brings a sort of fear from you.
Holly, where are you?
Who's Holly?
Say this out loud.
Yeah.
Who's Holly? As you see, Wolven eating a ration.
Oh, a good friend of mine. She helps with the forests and all. Good friend.
I crack a small smile.
Hold on, I got an important text. Hey, don't you? Hey, you listen to me. All right, sorry. I sold my paintball gun recently. I told the guy he can text me whenever there's a problem, and he had a problem last night. Eventually, together we fixed it, so it's just cool because I didn't feel like buying it back from him because I already spent the money. The spell is casted. The dome is now set. You begin to make preparations for camp. In this instance, who will be gathering firewood, if anybody?
I'll go. Amir can go gather firewood with Wilvin and also see if he can find any rations around.
I will be making some good berries.
I will be eating a good berry.
I think I will have a good berry as long as it doesn't come with a mushroom. Says me.
Well, that's a shame. I can see what I can do here, and I'll sit there and start spitting in my hands, and start creating the good berries.
So is it like really dark right now at the moment? Or...
So, in fantasy worlds and whatnot, there's no light sources like from cities and whatnot that can really blot out the sky. In actuality, in pure darkness with no cloud coverage, you could actually see pretty well because of the moonlight. And in that instance is what's around you. You're near a trail, you can see the tops of the hills in the distance and whatnot. You can see if anybody's
I can conjure animals.
approaching you from the roadway. From the grass, however, you think you might have to really try to perceive something that's really stalking in at you. But other than that, I mean, yeah, you can find wood pretty easily if you go towards the woods.
Okay.
Alright. So who are the names of the people going into the woods?
Hey, Amir.
I'll tag along.
So, Cascade.
I thought you were making good berries.
No, that would be me. I'm sorry. We've been together so long. We sound like each other.
Oh god. I got that.
Alright, so I got Silicons going, right? Correct?
No, I'm chilling out, just
Okay.
sitting.
Methador. Milo says he's staying. So fuck that. You guys go fight wolves. Wilvin, did you say you're going? Mumley?
I'm going.
Silicon said no, and then where am I? And Sherman, you're making the good berries.
Yeah, I'm making good berries.
All right. So, as you guys press into the woods, a little bit out of sight of the campfire, but you can still hear it. You can still see the crackling light coming from it. I take it you guys are not putting it in the dome, or are you putting the campfire in the dome?
It's
That would be a good idea too.
In the dome?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't necessarily see the fire, you hear it. The sphere is meant so people can't see into it, but you can talk to somebody. So you do hear sound does in fact if the caster wants it to go through. I take it.
That's cool by me. I want the sound to go through.
Okay. So, especially
Stupid
since you're a spell,
Roblox.
you can pretty much opt into whatever the hell you want at this point. I need Wilvin, Methador, and Mimley to make perception checks as you look for some wood. And I do not mean that in a gay way.
How do I
Also, Sherman, the last time you actually rolled, you only said roll 20, not D20.
where am I rolling?
Oh, well, I mean, that roll already...
Roll with nat 20, please. Thank you.
20 equals 20, which equals 20.
Wait, where am I rolling?
The bot commands and the D&D channel.
I can't roll for anything. This is ridiculous.
I don't see it.
Well,
in-
do you add like your?
Go to the channel we used to play in, and there's a bunch of chat channels, and one of them is called bot commands.
No,
no,
perception.
this is perception.
No, we're talking about.
No, not Sherman.
No, well, it already passed. It's too late.
You didn't roll. No.
At
You just said
Wilvin, I don't know about this. Somebody typed in the wrong command.
It's all caps.
Lower
you
caps.
Capitalize the D.
Lowercase.
Capitalize the D. You can't do that. It's lower.
You don't. Yeah, no big D.
It knows,
Make sure
Wilvin.
you do
It
plus
knows.
whatever your plus or minus whatever your perception
Right.
modifier is as well. So like if you have a +3, you do roll 1d20.
I will
plus
move
3.
this to roll 20 for good old fucking Wilvin next game. How about that, monkey fish?
That sounds delightful.
Do we all have to make accounts for that?
I think so. They're free though.
That's free. It's
I
nothing.
know. I just don't have.
I need Wilvin to
ridiculous
reroll
amounts of
though.
time.
'Cause
I
you-
know. I'm just looking what it is. Okay.
-1, 3. Methodor and Wilvin, you seem to be a little bit distracted. More or less, you're just talking about previous endeavors that you've had before as you met the old man. However, as Moonley looks about with a little bit more caution, you do notice that there are a set of eyes coming from the woods that seem to be stalking. Once you lock eyes with it or just glance in its general direction, you see it shift, sort of as if hiding. They're cat-like in nature.
Is it like hiding in a bush, or was it like in the dark?
Near a tree.
Only
Something by that tree, guys.
Only sees us.
Guys. Something by that tree over there. They have eyes.
I take a look over in that direction.
Same.
You don't see them at this time, as I said before, as he locks eyes with it, it sort of shifts as if hiding behind the tree.
It's back there. I saw it. I'm not crazy. I might be like 2 foot 11, but I saw it.
Yeah, we trusted. How big was it? Was it high on the ground? Was it low?
It was off the ground. It's not
Off
low.
the ground.
It's not low.
So it might not be a wolf or anything like that. That does not sound good. We might want to back up.
So we're in the woods.
Yeah, you said you're looking for wood, like
Wooden
firewood, right?
rations. Yeah, you're right.
Buy dried rations in the woods. Look, beef turkey.
Guys, I think we should back up a little bit.
Should we take a look?
Why do we want to look for trouble?
I don't know. Could be dinner.
What if you just, we just had good berries.
That's true.
About to.
Moonley's really hungry.
What about that? I understand you like meat, but
Look, the berries are good. I spent a lot of time around Sherman, but never been around Sherman. He doesn't like when I eat meat.
yeah, so good berries.
And then you see it again.
What does the ranger want to do?
Behind a different tree, and as you look in that direction, they again hide. Same sort of reflective yellow eyes that you saw earlier.
There's more of them.
Let's back up.
I agree.
I start backing up.
What are your? I need to know what your 3 passive perceptions are.
Oh, mine's weird.
It's
I have
10
a
plus.
minus
It's
1.
10 plus whatever your perception is. So that's a
Mine is
It's
13.
13 and what?
10.
10.
Moonlight's 10.
Methodor.
As you begin to back up, whoever said they had 13 because I wasn't paying attention to the name.
Methodor.
You see something, a shimmer of behind you, and as you look, you notice that there is a trap. As everybody starts to take steps back, you hesitate for a split second because your passive perception isn't that high enough that you didn't really realize what it was at first, but it did make you stop. But then you see your brothers all of a sudden slingshot upward, as now their legs are now caught by what looks like a viney like trap, and they are dangling maybe 10 feet above the ground above you.
You got caught up?
Moonley! Wait, who
You
saw the
did.
trap?
You think
Only
all
me
you
with Methodor did.
But now you
Moonley.
both got hit by it. So Wilvin is dangling and upside down, and Moonley is right next to him.
What the heck is going on?
I draw my short sword, and can I jump high enough to,
That is a athletics roll. As you jump up, you now see these eyes moving a little bit closer near another set of trees, and as you look at them as you're getting ready to jump, you notice that you can see the silhouette of what looks like a person, and as soon as you notice this thing, you see it hiding behind a tree again.
rolled an 18.
So you are able to cut. I will roll one of my dice here. You cut Moomley down first with this jump.
I thought they were right next to each other.
Sort of side by side, maybe a 2-foot gap between each other, but not enough to, or too much of a distance to really do a one-arm swing to cut them both down. Moomley
Gotcha.
lands first onto the ground, landing on his lower back, if you will, as he tries to fall gracefully. You do take 2 damage, Moomley, from the fall itself, but you are now free and but prone on the ground.
How far up is this branch line from?
You can't see where the vine really goes into the tree itself.
Yeah, but
So it's pretty high up.
Oh, it's pretty high up. think I got a dagger.
As you take the dagger out, I need you to just make an attack roll.
Sure. Give me 1 second. As I
It'll
try
probably be
to-
athletics to really just pull
You're,
yourself
you're on
up.
the ground now. You took 2 damage. He's up in the air.
But
I'm
we'll
just
just
cut
make
you,
it
just cut you down.
Okay.
You need. I'm gonna let you know.
Fuck command.
I want you to call. I have no
20.
charisma. You're gonna call to whoever this person is. Awesome.
Need
Waiting for his-
foresty music, damn it.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. Very nice. As you pull yourself up to your feet, you're able to grab onto the vine, taking with your left hand onto the vine. Using your right hand, you take the dagger and you begin to saw through it real quick. And you hear the snap of the vine as you hold on and just dangle there instead of falling, such as Moomley did. You let go and are able to land on your feet pretty well.
I'm gonna whisper to Moomley that I saw a humanoid figure with cat eyes in that direction and point in the direction that I saw it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
As you make gesture towards this tree, you hear what sounds like branches snapping and twigs breaking, almost as if something is almost near above you, but in that direction of where you heard or saw, that creature.
Can I call out?
You may.
Hello? Who's there? We mean no harm.
Roll persuasion. No. It's fine.
I'm good to do either one of those. I'm very charismatic.
A second goes by, and you no longer hear any breaking branches or twigs or whatnot, but you don't hear a response either.
Could I make an intimidation?
Let's
You
go
may.
back to.
Was that approval by Darth?
You may, is what I said. I'm never going to tell you no if you want to really do something.
After you trying to persuade him or whatever you did, Wolfen says, "Let's get out of here before whatever it is comes
Oh
back."
boy. I nat
Now what?
20, so it's 26.
So what are you saying to be intimidating?
I'm saying, look, back off, buddy. We don't mean any harm. We're just trying to get back to the road. Move away.
Very intimidating.
Uh,
Wolfen actually says that too.
Another moment goes by. However, you're answered. Leave my forest. Almost sounds like a cat-like creature speaking, though it's coming from the direction above you in a sense. You don't see where it's coming from, as they rolled a 23 on their stealth.
I have no problem with leaving. I just
Can-
just say out loud to the creature.
Then
Guys.
go.
I slowly start to walk away. Guys, come on.
All
I
right.
follow.
Gonna leave. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
I follow, but at the edge of the forest, I turn around and just say, "Are you the protector of this forest, or do you call yourself the owner?"
As you say this, or question this, you can hear something sort of moving towards you now, on your level. And as they sort of step into the moonlight, pressing through the bushes, you see this tabaxi-like creature, this jaguar-looking humanoid, step forward, mainly 15 feet away from you at this point, but give a sort of a snarling. And you can see that this is a effeminate-like creature in a sense that they do have the reproductive organs of a woman, in a sense, though covered in what looks like leathery pelts and whatnot. Her yellow eyes stare at you, and she finally answers, "This is my tribe's territory. You stepped into it. You are lucky to walk out alive."
I
Just say thank you for your kindness, bow, and back away.
as he says that, I also bow.
I will pull out my dulcimer and try to do a performance.
So, what are you performing?
Just a light piece. Nothing special.
As
Song
you're
of apology.
as you're doing this, your fellow friends, Mr. Sherman, Silicon, and Milo, now can hear what's going on. Looking through this bubble, you do see what looks like this horrific-looking jaguar-like humanoid creature, almost in an attack position at the edge of the woods. As you see your three other friends sort of backing away. One of them playing their instrument, a a song of some sort. All right. So Milo stands up instantly seeing this and begins to go, they're in trouble. We need to save them.
As I start backing away and realizing that he's not moving, I kind of like tug at his shirt.
At whose shirt?
Moomley.
Moonley, go ahead and make your performance roll.
10.
As you do your performance, not it being one of your best performance, but still a decent score, if you will, of performance here. Playing your instrument and whatnot, the tabaxi sort of looks at you for a second. As you end your musical tune, in a sense, you see her just cross her arms and give you a low kind of growl.
I hope you take this as my apology. We'll be on our way right now.
She gives a snort, and you see her crash down and suddenly leap back into the tree canopy above, sort of disappearing as she does this.
Are we good to start walking backwards with more speed here, folks?
As you walk backwards with more speed, like the other two people who were with you are just like looking at each other. Well, that could have went better, isn't that right, Moonley? And they look down to where you were and just see a dust cloud, and then back at the bubble, and they just see you go in it.
I'll let everybody know that she had mentioned that that was the tribe's territory.
Wait, hold on. What was all that about, anyways? What tribe? What? Who
We
was
didn't.
that?
We didn't really get to find out. She looked like she wanted to kill us.
As far as I can
I
tell,
can
the
tell.
woods are just off limits completely.
Yeah, I kind of get that feeling as well. Maybe we should stop going on territory we don't know that much about.
Well, I mean, you could have asked me, says Milo as he's sitting back down, enjoying
Well,
his
that's-
berry at this point.
I just
That's true.
literally turn my head to him.
Well, we didn't know. We can look at Milo now.
Well, for starters, Mila, you were kind of high on shrooms. I don't know if you're going to remember anything.
Better
I
question
don't want
is,
to.
why did you allow us to go in there if you knew there was a tribe that would try and kill us?
I didn't know it was this close. They tend to stay to the heart of the woods, them being so far from the middle. It's a strange, strange thing.
Mm.
Maybe the people from the Highmoor are attacking them.
We can't jump to
There's no
assumptions.
people in the High Moor.
Maybe the creatures of the Highmoor are attacking them.
I suppose.
Well, they have their own business and we have our own. We can't really
Why?
interfere with them.
Just for my clarification, why are we heading to the High Moor again?
I don't think we are. We're heading to Dragon's
For whose?
Castle.
To Dragon Spear Castle. Why again?
I hear there's a great evil there.
Oh.
Was that it?
Oh. Did he just see like a look of despair come over his face? But somehow the good berry seems to just liven his spirits. He eats it and tries to like really forget what you said.
He kind of like Wolfen kind of like rubs his hair.
I take one and eat it so that way I don't starve tonight and just chill at the fire for a little bit.
All right.
I eat a blueberry.
You do bring back some twigs that you did sort of hunt for. Well, Moonley, in a sense, did, as everybody else seemed to have dropped them, being catapulted into the air. So there is a fire, mind you. You're able to cook. If you did not eat a good berry, I recommend to remove a ration for tonight as you begin to sleep. Doing a round of watches and whatnot. It seems very uneventful. No trade caravans seem to have gone through here, which you never really were expecting, as the trade way has been broken for quite some time. That being said, it is now morning, and as you wake up and the dome begins to sort of dissipate, if you will, from its duration, you see that there is the sun sort of peeking in from the east as it's slowly rising. And as you do, you see that there is a light mist sort of creeping from the High Moor itself onto the tradeway itself, though it doesn't really seem to have any effect and sort of dissipates as it crosses over on the way itself. You do get a sense that the High Moor is a very dangerous place.
Sounds like fun. We should go in there.
No.
Like the Trollbark Forest and just do nothing.
I'll ask Milo. So the map says that we're about a half a day's journey from the castle.
Yes.
I think we should head right there.
We'll get there at, if I had to give this game a time, 2 p.m.
At
Had to
9
give-
o'clock, let me just grab my Samsung phone.
I go ahead and I take my sundial watch as I kind of like put it up to the sun and I'm like, oh, okay.
I take out my Apple Watch and I just go, oh, there we go, and I put it back away.
In order for a sundial to work, you actually have to know where true north is. Where true north is.
Well, it's kind of early in the.
Which
That is a survival roll.
Does anyone have a compass?
I don't
Nope.
think so.
Nope. I have a really good memory for maps and geography, though. It's in my notes.
I have a mouse. Does that count?
Does the mouse point north?
I look at Cashew and I just go, eh?
As you look at your companion, sort of tilts its head at you, you do a few gestures, a few squeaks trying to ask it this question, and it suddenly just reaches it gets on its hind legs at this point and sort of reaches its hand out as if asking for something.
Ah, that way's north. As I turn that way and I look at my watch.
Yeah,
and see what
I
time it is.
just go, yeah. See, that's way north, and I just like, I give him like, I don't know, like a little bit of.
As you point the sundial towards the sun itself,
What am I pointing to the sun?
it apparently is 6.
Dude, 6 p.m. Wow.
Wait one second, guys. Which way does the sun rise? In the east or the west?
Why are you asking me?
Why is
I
that
don't
even
know.
a question?
Because you
Why
have
is
the
it?
mouse.
It's fine. We don't need to know this. We're just
Listen.
gonna keep going.
What's the season?
Wolfen doesn't know.
It doesn't matter.
It
It's
is-
It doesn't
our
matter.
trail.
The
The
more-
season is
the
actually
more we
important
argue-
for the setting. It is spring.
The more we argue about what time it is, the longer it's gonna take us to get to the castle. Let's just
Yeah,
go.
you don't think this is important Russian, but I do.
Right. So continuing on your journey, instead of being caught up with dumb questions like, "Where is north? What time is it?"
My teacher always said there's no dumb questions, just dumb people.
You continue on.
See?
As
Wait.
you get closer and closer to the Dragon Spear Castle, the fog seems to encroach the path more and more as you venture forward, becoming thicker and taller in a sense. The first to be affected by it with sight and whatnot is Moomley, as Moomley is the shortest person in this group. The fog will reach his height first, and as it does, you cannot see very well through this fog.
Guys, I can't see a darn thing.
Moonlight. Yeah.
Somebody farted.
I pick him. I pick him up and put him on my shoulders.
Oh, thank you, Wilvin.
You're welcome, Moonlight.
Eventually, as you begin to press forward, knowing that Dragon's Spear Castle is ever so close, maybe an hour walk away at this point, the fog is overpowering in a sense, as you almost have a lost sense of direction. If it wasn't for the dirt path that you were following, you would have no idea what direction is anywhere. You don't see the sun, yet you can still sort of feel the heat of the sun in its afternoon such arc on this planet.
Hey, Moonlight.
As you
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, man, if it wasn't for this dirt path, there's no way I would see what's going on.
Oh boy.
I know, right? I'm just doing small talk with him. Continue.
No, I got it. As you press more and more forward through the hills, though they seem to be rising up from either side of this path, sort of almost as if this channel
There he is.
like valley is what the
What's
fog
that?
is really why it's here, why it's stuck. You do see the outlines of the silhouette of a like castle of trying to think of the word, why can't I think of it, a broken down castle in a sense, where it looks like part of its towers are broken as if besieged at one point. And you do see what looks like figures walking around at this castle at the base of it. As you get closer, you realize that these figures are not as they appear. You are roughly 500 feet away from just the first encounter. What is it that you would like to do?
Roll stealth.
Roll stealth.
And roll stealth you shall.
I hide behind a bush, hiding myself perfectly, except for the fact that Moonley's on my shoulders.
I'll hop down.
So this setting, I want you to use your imagination. It is a rundown castle-like setting where if you imagine where commoners would be around a castle and whatnot, though there is no castle gate, there's no castle walls per se that were built around this castle, but you can see the main keep of the structure and what these figures are. And you said you're rolling stealth there, Methador?
I am too.
Yeah, apparently I can't roll anything good.
All right, so
I
I've
rolled
got...
a natural 20.
I rolled 12.
When I see these guys trying to hide, I go, "Oh, Moonley, let's hide."
Milo casts Fireball in his hungover state.
You're no longer hungover. It's been a full day.
Wait,
Okay.
Though you did try to prevent them from eating mushrooms the second night. Didn't go.
Yeah. He wants nothing to do with mushrooms anymore after that epic trip where he thought he was a tree.
I'm the worst ranger in the whole world. Freaking bard.
I got a 20 on stealth.
Right. So as you three sort of break away from the party at this state, sort of blending in to your surroundings, trying to get closer and whatnot. Go ahead and roll perception.
all right.
For those who get above a 13, as you inch closer and closer, sort of maybe fanning away from each other, you see that these figures are a decaying like entity. And the first word that really comes to mind is zombie. As you see them, you see one missing its jaw and an eye. You see another one, almost just bones in the case of some meat sort of hanging from it, but more decrepit, like somebody beat its head in with a mace at one point. You realize that these are some sort of animated dead, sort of roaming around. Some are roaming, others are sort of standing there. It's almost chaos, as if they're trying to relive their lives, but they don't know how, in a sense, where you do see like one move over to a near ruined table and then just kind of stand there as another one walks up to him, and then one of them sort of moves away. No interaction between them whatsoever, but there definitely is something magical in a sense that is going on here, clearly with the undead walking.
How many are there?
Roughly, from what you can see just in front of the castle where you're at, maybe 50.
50 fucking zombies.
Yes.
Not
Oh,
a problem.
this crap.
Challenge rating 1/4, guys. Calm down.
I know.
Guys, I don't think we should go here. I think we should turn around. Remember what
I don't-
happened with the race?
I don't know if
Milo,
he.
quiet. They'll hear you.
I don't think Milo saw this stuff. It's just the people that went up.
It's just the three
Right.
that are in the lead. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll drop back and sorry, hold on one second.
Wait, which three were in the lead?
Me, Mumley, and Nuffledore, from what I
And
heard.
Elamir, yeah. So I'll drop back to let the rest of the group know that there's a bunch of animated dead up there.
Who is falling back?
I'm
all right.
staying where I'm at.
You again sort of arch your back and lean forward, slamming your hands, which turn into a set of paws before they really hit the ground. Your clothes sort of mending into your skin as fur just starts bursting out of your back, and your snout sort of starts to make shape, almost a bone cracking noise in a sense, as your ears sort of extend upwards and behind your head. Now before you guys is this dark furred almost black furred. You could misconstrue it as a warg almost, but it definitely is a dire wolf.
What?
Bark, bark.
What do you say?
He doesn't have that cast at the moment, I thought. But I'll go back up front to where Silicon is.
I understand all animals.
Do you even see me? I have an unnatural 20 stealth. No.
You guys went together, so he does.
Yeah, I know where you
If he
are.
was, if he was one of the originals. If Wilvin isn't, he wouldn't actually see you.
So I'll go back up to Silicon and say, I think we're gonna do this.
You see, Milo hears the voice of Roland screaming, "Evil!" You hear. Well, before you really go in, as you look up at the keep, you can
cousin
see.
Sermon and prepares for battle.
Right. So as you gaze upon the keep, in a sense, as you regroup with your friend, everybody can now see a sort of light beginning to emit from the keep itself. Not an eerie evil light, more of a lantern light coming from the holes of where the siege damage of this keep was. And as you look, you can tell something or someone is moving up in the keep towards the top. And as it reaches the top, you see the light sort of just stay there, as if somebody maybe have set the lantern down on a table or is just standing there in a sense. But the light now has a consistent glow to it and is not moving.
Darth, would I know what's going on with the keep from the backstory you sort of gave me?
The backstory I sort of gave you. I mean, you haven't really met any of the evils of the world. You wouldn't know.
Right, but I met somebody in a tavern in the beginning, and I didn't know if the last 3 months I was gathering information on knowing
Oh,
why
he's just
this
telling you
castle-
about monsters and whatnot and stuff, and he just tells you that the true gateway into the Hive Moor is through Dragonspire Castle.
Okay. Would anybody here know anything about what's living or what took over the castle?
Unless you want to say you talked to them previously about Dragonspire Keep, nobody really knows. Or sorry, Dragonspire.
I feel like if we were on the way
Here.
there, we would have talked about it.
I just look at the I see the glow, right?
You see, yeah, everybody does.
I say, hey, look at that glow. Yeah.
At this point, I've stood up
Put a
and
comma in
walking.
there.
Wait,
Normally you're doing
he's
what?
Walking forward. If he's walking forward, I'm stopping him.
Okay, so you attempt to stop him, as a brother probably should in this instance. What do you say to him to sort of get him to?
I don't think we should be walking up to a bunch of zombies or animated dead or whatever these things are without knowing full well what their purpose is.
Again, this is like 500 feet.
Yeah, to the nearest shambling courts, if you will.
I think we can take them.
I can hit them all day long until they get here.
Well, let's set ourselves up in a way that you can have a sort of surprise.
I agree. Well, so let's all go back and meet up.
How far am I away from these zombies? Because I
The zombies are not making any progression away or towards the group.
And we're about 500 feet, you said.
Those who have scouted are roughly maybe 300 feet away in a sense.
I think I tell Silicon we should go back to the group and discuss our plan of action.
Yeah, we should. Let's go back.
Should we grab Moonly by the shirt collar and take him with us?
All right.
So back of the group, I say there's roughly 50 undead zombies. They don't look too rough. They're in pretty ragged shape. I think we could clear them pretty easily.
I stop him and go.
Look how many zombies there are.
Let's do this in a way so that we have the upper hand.
Who has the most armor?
As you ask and look around, you do notice that Wilvin seems to be looking again at his sword with a look of concern.
Wilvin, you okay?
Yeah, just Do you think we could really take that many?
We're about
Oh.
500 feet away. I think we could do all right.
We got this.
We'll volley from range with as much as we've got. When they close the distance, we'll start forming up positions based on armor.
As you let out this echoing howl, sort of bouncing off the hillsides near you, it's almost inspiring to you guys. Sort of, oh, like, yeah, we can do this. Sort of sense to this. For your first attack roll in any form of combat, you will get advantage on your attack roll.
I hate this. Whatever plan we're doing, I'm leaving Cashew just like not like behind, but in a safe place that I can come back to find and get him.
Just put them in your pocket.
As you
No,
go
that's
over,
kind of a
as
bad
you
idea.
go off the trail a little bit, sort of finding a nice spot of tall grass, you kneel down and begin to cup Cashew off your shoulder, putting him roughly in the grass. He gets off your hand, not willingly in a sense, but looks back up at you, giving off a little bit of a squeak as you begin to stand up and sort of walk away from this brush after telling him to stay there until it's safe.
Well, until I do the whistle that I
Okay.
taught him.
So you gesture towards him what you mean and whatnot. And as you turn around and begin walking back towards the group, the rest of the group can now see you walking back. Cashew no longer on your shoulder, but more or less is now on the ground, sort of following you.
I just want him to be safe. Don't know if we're gonna be attacking a necromancer.
No, but what I'm saying is he didn't stay in the grass. He's like following behind you.
Oh, God. I get on my knees and I just tell him.
No, bad mouse.
No. I tell him when I whistle, you get somewhere safe, pretty much. Yeah.
He's right next to you, and he gives off a few mild squeaks. Your communication with this mouse is not perfect. You can't really just translate English into mouse.
By the way, I have beach speech. I want to know what that mouse is saying.
The mouse is a little confused, and he's like, "Why did you put me down?"
Aww. Wolf just says, "Aww," as he moves towards the mouse.
Why would you say that? I look back to Woven, a little confused. Sounds like you know what you're. Oh, can you speak to animals?
Yeah.
Oh, well, do you think you can tell him that I want him to be in a safe space just in case things get a little bit hectic here? I don't want him to be, in the midst of the battle. Be really bad.
I kind of like lean over and kind of crouch down to the mouse, and I'm like, "Hey, Cashew. Hey." I kind of
He looks at you.
Hey, when your daddy whistles like this, and I kind of like whistle for him, just get in a safe spot, all right? He wants you to be safe.
As you say this, getting down on your sort of knees to talk to this mouse, to everybody else, your mouth opens and it looks like human speech, but the only thing coming out of your mouth is just little mouse squeaks, in a sense, and little chirps, except for that whistle. It's the only line that really stands out. As the mouse looks up at you, a little confused in a sense, goes, "My dad's dead."
No, not that dad. That dad, as I point up to.
I really want to know if I can tell what he's saying. Can I pick up anything that he's saying?
It looks like he's trying to clarify a few things, but no, you don't pick up anything. But the mouse sort of looks at you with its black eyes and looks back over at Silicon. And eventually, he looks over and she goes, "No, he's friend. He feeds me."
Yeah. Well, your friend doesn't want you to get hurt, so when he whistles like that, just just get in a safe spot, all right?
But I'm hungry.
I
And you see his hand sort of reach out, like in a gesture for food.
I feed him too, I feed him.
You don't know this. I look up at him with a stare.
I don't know if you do, because I narrated him wanting food, and you didn't give him food.
I thought like it would be kind of like a thing I didn't have to say, but I'll give him food. I did say I gave him food.
I look up at Silly and go, you didn't feed him last night.
I did say I gave him food.
Did you feed him this morning?
No, I'm saying this like player to DM. Like when he said,
No,
back then, I did say I gave him food.
You haven't fed him this morning. It's fine. No, I get that you feed him from time to time. Trust me, I get that. But mice like to eat more than they should, in a sense. It's almost like a need for survival. So he might not be desperately in need of food, but he definitely wants food.
So Wolven's pretty much saying he needs food.
I'm basically lecturing you. Come on, man, you didn't
Feed your damn mouse.
I give him an entire full day's ration. That's a day's ration for a human. For a mouse, he's good for like a month.
He is a pretty big mouse.
He's
Milo is hungry and consumes 2 days worth of rations.
Listen, Silicon, look at the mouse. It's no longer a mouse.
I'm giving him food.
Fuck.
I'm giving him food. I do not see the problem.
You give him too much food. You gotta give him a donut.
As you're having this argument, Cashew, sort of not really understanding what anything's going on anymore, sort of already hops back over towards, or crawls back, I should say, to Silicon and sort of starts climbing up his foot.
Oh, fuck.
You can feel him climbing on your pant leg.
Drop a mushroom on him and let's go.
Mic drop.
Give me a mushroom. I'm gonna give a mushroom for you.
No, do not give him a mushroom. That fucks up human beings. Like, makes them super high. It will literally kill a mouse.
Listen, I want to hear this mouse on drugs.
Dude, honestly, you can't say shit to us. All you will hear is squeaks. Besides you. I do not want to risk the health of my companion. For just
as this endeavor for Mouse Talk has gone on way too long, what does what does Sherman and Mooney and
I literally just saying, I put him in his space, give him food, leave him there. That's it.
All right, he starts eating it, really happy and content. Stays in the tall grass as you take him back with a little bit of food.
Give him a full day's ration.
I just see you freak out. I just like start laughing.
I just wanted this to go.
All right. 500 feet away. What do you guys do?
I just look at everybody and say, so we're going to do this, right?
Yes.
Let's do it.
My bow. I'm taking
I draw my rapier.
I take out my short bow.
So I'll tell them I can hit these guys with almost no problem from here.
All right. As you get ready for battle and ready yourselves, inching a little bit closer as you do, closer and closer until you're in a more viable distance to really do anything, maybe 100 feet away. Again, they don't seem to be, some do take notice to you guys walking over, but pay you no mind as it seems like they're off doing their own thing.
Can I roll like an insight check or something to see like
if things are hostile or will be hostile?
Yes.
Potentially, yes, but at disadvantage because you are not familiar with the undead.
Yeah, I know.
I take out my shield and I take out a dagger.
All right, you take out your shield and your dagger, and you hear a sigh.
23 and then 8. So, no.
23 and an 8? You get the sense that they're not hostile. I mean, they're not moving towards you. Do you release your arrow, Methador?
Well,
No. I'm
before
just watching as they go forward slowly.
I'm gonna stealth off to the side, like to the left a little bit.
Okay, we'll use the same stealth roll for time's sake, because we have wasted enough time with that damn mouse.
I want to be simple.
Just so, I mean, I've been with these people for 3 months. Who's more of the tankier person?
In all honesty, the tankiest person here is the druid.
True.
Druids are very
based
tanky.
off of how shape form works. You know that if he gets knocked out in a bestial form, all that really happens is he just reverts to human form.
But we can't talk to Cousin Sherman.
Well, we can. He will understand us, but he can't say anything to us.
Right.
Like we can say something. Hold on, wait. Wilvin said he took a dagger, right?
Yeah.
I
Dagger
go,
and a shield.
I go, Wilvin, why don't you take out that sword that you have? Seems like a lot better to use that than a dagger.
Have you never fought the undead before? You don't want a large sword against the undead. You want to be able to be swift and quick.
Well, yeah, but I think it would be better to use that sword because sword's bigger and better than a dagger.
And I think it's better to feed your mouse.
I have been. Let's not get into this argument, all right? I have been.
That's not what your mouse said.
You don't even need insight to get the feeling that he's hiding something.
I put my dagger away, and I pet the doggo.
He asked you if you wanted to get on.
He didn't ask that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he barked it.
Oh, I give him a quick pet on the head, and I hop onto his back.
So I get the feeling that this would be like a scene from Princess Mononoke in a sense, where she pets the wolf's head and then just hops on the back and they go into battle. So so with that, you don't need to roll anything as these things don't seem to be moving too much out of the way of anything. As you begin to plunge your teeth into one, ripping it in half, and you taking your dagger and plunging it into the head of a nearby one, you see all of the other undead sort of stop what they're doing, their movements, look at you, and almost as if fear has overtaken them, begin to move away from you guys, in a sense. Some stumbling over each other, almost as if a fear for survival has taken over. Something that you haven't seen the undead really ever do.
I go up, I get out of stealth, and I run over to Wilvin and Sherman, and I go, this is very strange. I say out in common to one of the undead to see if they actually respond, and I go, you there, can you understand what I'm saying?
You don't really get the answer you were expecting. It's more of clattering teeth, as it's more or less they're sort of communicating amongst each other with what sounds like a windful hiss coming from bone.
It sounds like
you do see some hide behind things, like take cover and whatnot, almost as if a battle has sort of ensued in a sense in this place. Even Milo sort of looks at this confused, sort of watching as they do this. I've never even read undead doing this.
What kind of attire do these undead have? They look like they have like peasant clothing on, or like
militia, peasant, all sorts. Almost every walk of life seems to be here. If you were to think of a castle,
I look at my my dagger to see if it's covered in blood.
It is not.
I sheathe it.
That would be an arcane check or an intelligence check, whichever is higher. Let me know what you get, please, as I am just looking at some documents. Let's go in the next room, shall we? It's whisper
How close
time.
are we to the castle?
Go down to Brazira's channel for me. No, just one person, not everyone.
Oh, I felt left out.
You are left out. Go back. This is
everybody.
God damn it! Everyone, go back.
All right, Sherman. You get the feeling that this is some sort of a curse, though you're not too sure much about it. There's too much human instinct in what undead. It's too abnormal. Maybe they're not undead is the first thing that really crosses your mind. And with that, we'll go back up.
What's up?
So, Darth, I have a complaint. I rolled a stealth check to get into that channel, and you totally saw through it.
Nice try. Dad's dead. Cheese. Good comment. Good comment. I like that.
That's cheese.
Got cheese? All right. I've delayed the information.
I shout out to the rest of our teammates if they're nearby. Don't kill them. They're not undead. That is strange.
How close are we to the front door?
Roughly, I mean, you can free move at this point. They're running from you.
Which one's like the closest undead to us? Like if there's
The one that you just killed, in a sense, that is, seems lifeless, just below the dire wolf.
Like did they just like run completely away, or are they like hiding behind like barrels or boxes?
They're hiding behind things and whatnot. Some of them keep running, and you can see them going into the castle itself.
I'm gonna go up to one of them in a very nonchalant, all my weapons sheathed, kind of peaceful way, and I'm gonna say out in Celestial, maybe this will work. Say, can you understand what I'm saying? Blah blah.
An even greater fear is the sense you get as the people who are now close to you, hiding behind barrels, thinking they're safe, no longer feel that way, as they now abandon their cover and begin to flee from you even further away.
I tell Mr. Wolf to go over there and get as close as you can, but don't attack one.
Okay.
Once I get close enough, I tell him to stop, and I hop off, and I try and grab one of the zombies.
As you sort of corner a zombie against the wall, per se, which would be the only real way to really stop it, you see it cowering in fear, and you see its jaw sort of jittering in place as its back is just pressed as much against the wall as it could be, in a sense, just waiting for the inevitable at this point. Is what
I hop off the wolf as I kneel down and make a posture that looks apologetic.
It takes advantage of the situation of you being really preoccupied with your action and begins to sort of sidestep away from you and sort of runs, in a sense, towards the castle door.
Well,
How far away are we from the castle door?
I'd say 50 feet. Okay, make an attack roll.
I say out to the group, I don't think we can communicate with these things. Maybe there's something bigger in the castle that we can actually talk to.
I will pull out my dulcimer and begin playing.
Well, I need to hear what the attack roll and etc. is.
Oh.
You're able to successfully sort of pounce on one, and you can hear the cracking of bone as you do this. This thing's still moving underneath your weight. You see it now going for a short sword that's at its side, and it sort of swings it at you. Does a 12 hit your AC? You
As
see
it swings
sort
the sword,
of
I release my arrow.
Oh, son of a bitch, dude.
roll the attack with
You're
disadvantage. It is prone now.
We are killing harmless undead that are scared of us. We are terrible people.
No, he's attacking.
Well, he pounced on him. They don't understand us.
10.
10 with disadvantage still hits. As your arrow sort of lands into its side, its meaty area, and you see it, all of a sudden the sword go limp in its hand and it drops down.
I kind of put my hands out.
You see the bones sort of disperse from each other, in a sense that whatever was making them joint together sort of gives way, and now is actually a skeleton on the ground.
I just look at everyone, guys, let's stop trying to kill these things because they are afraid of us. They mean no harm to us or anything like that. We can't communicate with them. So let's go into the castle. Maybe there's someone else in there that we can actually communicate with and see what the hell is going on.
I agree. Start walking
Sounds
towards the
good to
castle
me.
door.
And besides, if we just killed 3 innocent entities, that's terrible.
As you
And I
press
just-
through the castle doors, make a strength roll. As you can hear what sounds like bone sort of hitting itself rapidly, almost as if something is holding this door closed from the other side.
Oh, by the way,
Straight
I whistle.
strength?
Yes.
I whistle out and fall. Get you back.
9.
9. Anybody else helping you?
I'll help.
Don't look at me. Do not look at me. I am the rogue.
14.
So Methador, putting your bow away, you start to walk over past everything that's happened. Going over towards the door, you press your hand against it, thinking that it would just open smoothly, and it doesn't. You then put your other hand and begin to actually press. Though your feet do start to dig into the dirt. It doesn't seem you're moving this door. However, as Moonly joins you in the side in this endeavor, you begin to push the doors, and you can hear what sounds like more clattering of bone and whatnot. Ultimately, you do push the door open, and as you peer in, you do see that there are these undead figures sort of trying to hold the door closed. And as soon as they see your face, you just see panic ensue as they start to like turn and run from you. A lot of them begin to run up the stairs. And you do hear more sort of hissing chatter as they're like reaching out, almost as if screaming for help, in a sense.
I will begin playing my dulcimer very smoothly.
I head towards the gate.
So
I
go
call
ahead and
Cassie back.
make a either you can make a performance check or an intimidation check, depending on how you're trying to really perceive
Oh,
yourself.
more persuasion. But I'll do
Okay.
performance.
Performance for calming type of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we just killed 3 of their people. I mean, it's kind of
I
hard
only
to
killed
calm
one
down
that
then.
attacked us.
That's
Well,
why
because
we'll
he
do our wonders.
pounced on him. Because a fucking direwolf pounced on him.
15.
Yeah.
As you begin to play, a more panic sense sort of inwashes them. It seems to have the inverse effect of what you were hoping for.
I will stop immediately.
Though they are sort of trying to get up the steps. The one that seems to be like kind of pushed away from these steps by the other ones, almost as if left to die, sort of almost look like they're just accepting death in the sense like going up against a wall, as if they're just talking to themselves, looking at you guys.
Folks, everybody, keep your damage non-lethal.
I don't know if you heard what I said, Batman, but I called Cassie back with my whistle.
Okay. He does not come.
Shit.
Not in this moment.
So are we
You're
all
you're
like standing in an
he
entrance
is
then?
a tiny mouse, and you guys are 500 feet from him. It's going to take time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, sure. I'm just, hey, come here. And I'm, fuck.
Are we all in the entranceway now?
Yes.
Man, I kind of feel like calling out "Is anybody home?" but I don't think I should do that.
The smell of death enters your nostrils now that you're trying to sort of get a feel for what's in here. Obviously, the undead around you sort of emanate this. Though you do smell what sounds like, or smells like, excuse me, incense, sort of wafting, if almost overpowered by the dead smell, but you do smell it.
Creepier. What do you mean creepier? Where? Oh shit.
So what
I
do you
look
like
towards-
see in front of us?
I looked towards the light that was there before.
The light is up the keep. You can't really see it. It's bouncing off of the stone walls and whatnot. Though in your guys' sort of hesitation, sort of talking to each other, the undead have pressed up these stairs and whatnot. And the ones that were cowering in fear are now running for these empty steps as if a last-ditch effort to really get away from you.
By all means, we should follow. Let's try to stay together, though.
Yeah. let's do that.
All right. Who is taking the first step onto the stairs?
I'll be right behind him.
As the
Behind
dire
Sword.
wolf puts his heavy front paw onto the first step, walking up these stairs, the chattering of the bones and whatnot begins to stop as all their heads sort of look up the stairway. And as you all look sort of in the same direction as them, you do see a cloaked individual, one of more flesh than these individuals here, looking down as the skeletons seem to be parting their way for this person, almost as if like a sign of respect and a sign of great power. This person, though you don't see their face as they were coming down this spiral sort of staircase of this keep, does make motion to you. And as he turns to sort of face you, you see what looks like this half missing face, half like skeletal, if you will, and the other half still covered in flesh. A smile on his lips that you can see as he looks down at you, holding a staff of some sort with a green crystal. The oak of whatever the staff is sort of wrapping around it, sort of holding it in place. And you can hear it sort of banging against the stone steps as he uses it to help him down. Though you don't see his body as it is wrapped up in a dark purplish cloak. But like I said, he does give you that eerie smile. He's roughly maybe 300 steps above, or no, not that'd be ridiculous. 100 steps above you.
I call out to him. Greetings.
You now realize that the light source of whatever was lighting this keep up is his staff. The
Hello
crystal
there.
itself emanating of some sort of a color. As you speak, the skeletons sort of look at you guys and look back towards this individual that is coming down. He does not answer you, however. He does come closer.
I kind of get in front of the group a little bit with my weapons away, and I just say, hello there. I'm very confused with what's happening with all these undead.
Milo sort of tugs at your cloak or whatever it is you're wearing. I think he's a necromancer.
Yes, he probably is, most likely.
Are you judging his magics?
He's roughly about 40 steps above you guys and stops. Mind you, he's a bit of an angle. Again, this is a spiral sort of steps along the wall. But he now stops looking towards you guys. You no longer hear him moving and whatnot. There is a little bit of clatter of skeletons as if they're speaking, but they sort of stop as he opens his mouth. Tell me, are you the individuals that are attacking my kingdom? He says, and at the end of his sentence, there's a little curl of a smile on his undead lips.
Accidentally.
Okay, let me, Mr. What's your name? May I ask your name?
You may call me Your Highness, he says.
Well, Your Highness, and I do a bow. I think there's been sort of a misunderstanding. Yes, two of our companions did attack some of your people, workers. I don't know what to call them. What do you call them? May I ask?
My subjects.
Your subjects. To us, they seem to have been a little. You see, where we're from, we don't see a lot of undead zombie-like creatures. And when we first saw them, the first thing we thought was that they would pose a threat, or they would be dangerous to us or anyone else that would be in this area. However,
you see his
from
good
their...
eyebrow raise as you are speaking. He sort of interrupts you. What are you? You are neither human nor dwarf nor gnome. I'm curious. What are you?
Well, my origins are a little confusing as myself, but I have been told I am an Aasimar.
An Aasimar, really? I've never
Yes.
had an Aasimar in my ranks. Would you like to join my subjects?
No, thank you. I have much.
I think you mistaken a question for the inevitable.
To be fair, sir, you did state it as a question, not a statement.
Hold on.
You
Let's
hear a
not-
groan as he looks over at you. Did you wish to join too?
Oh, no. You see, I'm not very good with the life in a kingdom. I actually prefer more of the monastery type places.
Look, sir, I'm sorry, but to be honest, your subjects don't look to be the healthiest of sorts, and you don't seem to be the best ruler. What exactly is your purpose here?
My purpose is to rebuild, and you're going to help me, he says with that same evil, toothy grin.
Does the castle look like it's
Can-
broken in any way?
It's got holes here and there, yeah.
Can I kind of tell from like his intent of like by that does he mean to take control of us or?
You
Give us,
can
like-
interpret that any way you wish.
All right.
Rebuild what?
This kingdom, he gestures with his free hand. You see as the robes he is wearing sort of slide down as his hand sort of gestures upward, and you can see a nice hand, mind you, still fleshy and whatnot, but you can see that there is now bone and whatnot where his wrist and down should be. As he notices this himself, he sort of drops his arm and sort of readjusts his sleeve. As he lets go of his staff, it seems to just stand there on its own. Ultimately, he does grab it again.
Does it, would I know what type of creature he is?
You get that he's clearly undead in this sense.
Okay.
He
Do I-
seems to be able to move body parts without muscles. Okay. As you do, he goes, and a pet. I've missed having a dog.
What was his name?
His name? He looks almost confused for a second. I don't remember. Enough.
Bad.
As I said, and he lifts his staff slowly and then slams it back into the stone cobblestone stair steps, and suddenly you see this sort of misty light begin to escape from his crystal, sort of sliding down through his minions, sort of down the step towards you guys. Oh, that's fine. It seems to outmaneuver you in a sense as it moves faster and faster than you can really outrun. In the sense, I need everybody here to make a wisdom save for me.
Yeah.
This is a charm-like effect. If you're a gnome, I believe you have advantage on such effects. Is that correct?
Halfling. I can't get.
Oh
charmed
no,
by
it's
magic.
elves, right? Elves, halflings, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I have advantage.
They can't take. I don't think they can they?
They can't magically charm me.
I'm pretty sure you can't magically be put to sleep is that, but you get advantage on charm and magic and blah 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 blah.
I'll check.
And halflings, I believe they just have advantage on charms, so they can still be charmed.
I have advantage.
Where is my music? God damn it. Need a bad kind of music right now.
10.
Okay. So I heard a 10. Let me write this down.
I rolled, sorry.
Polygon rolled 11.
Hold on. Who rolled the 10?
Moonly 10.
All right, next.
So Polygon rolled an 11.
Okay, next.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do get
8.
advantage one second.
Alamir rolled 8.
These are fucking terrible rolls.
Yeah.
Did you say
Yeah,
wisdom
we're
saving throw?
all gonna
Yes.
be charmed.
What'd Sherman get? And lastly would be...
1 second, I gotta roll with advantage. I got a 20. Not nat, but
No, I
20.
got it. Your vision becomes clouded with this green sort of mist as it sort of envelops you, almost paralyzing you in a sense. Those who save, I'll get to what really happens in a second, but all of a sudden you black out almost for a split second is what it feels like passes. as you all begin to almost wake up in a sense, though you were never sleeping as you were waking up, standing up. You are now in a well-built kingdom of some sort. The sun is shining and is clearly coming through the castle itself. You see the hustle and bustle of people around you, doing every day-to-day life in a kingdom and whatnot. Sherman, you're still in your dire wolf form, but to you it feels like you're shorter in a sense. And for those who have passed, your memory has not been altered in any way. But as for Moomley and Alamar and Silicon, you don't remember how you got here, but you look down and you're in pretty much commoner's attire and you feel like you have to work in a sense. And as such, you begin to do so as you walk away from the group in different directions, sort of grabbing sacks of rice and whatnot and beginning to move them from one space to another, as if knowing what to do in a sense.
We better start moving this stuff.
I'm gonna work hard for my lord. Guys, I love my highness. You know, he's a really good guy.
As you say
Yes,
this,
yes.
you see a pair of individuals, almost as if they're brother and sister sort of pair. Like, you mean the king? He's a great old man. He
Yes.
defends us. He's built this kingdom from the ground up, and I'm so happy to be here.
I hope someday to be able to play for him.
Well, I'm sure he would love that. Just as long as you do your chores first. Chores.
That's right. Hard work makes you stronger.
You hear this, yes. So you're reverting then.
He's bitch slapping with his paw.
As you go over there and in a sense trying to jump up on him per se, to his point of view, it's almost like a dog came out of nowhere and wants to play, and he sort of kneels down towards you. He's like, "It's okay, boy. It's okay. I'll play with you when the chores are done." He kind of pets your head.
So the area that we're in right now, it doesn't look like a decrepit old castle. It looks like a fully flourishing city,
You're inside a keep.
a keep area.
Mhm.
That's what it looks like.
You see these banners hanging down as you look around in awe, sort of in a stupor, with these sort of starlights in your eyes per se, as you're kind of in a daze. You see again these like royal banners, a green in color with some sort of a dragon's head painted in white on it. There's no real symbol to go with it other than that, maybe a bordering of gold, but definitely seems like some sort of a royalty is here in a sense, and it's almost like you're trying to appease them, those who are in this charm effect.
Well, I must please the king.
As you go over to Moomley to do the same thing, more aggressively, I take it this time, as it didn't work the first time, right? Moomley gets pinned down in a sense. Moomley, how would you react to this if you were charmed for and enslaved by an overlord?
I dropped a large bag of rice on my chest. Help.
As you drop this bag of rice on your chest, which is in fact a dog, mind you. But to your perspective, for some reason, you think that this bag of rice was too heavy for you. A couple sort of come over, and you now see this as well, Sherman, trying to pull you off of him.
I help as well.
As you do, they sort of jump back, and it's like, where's this thing?
I see this happen. I go up, wild mutt, and I try to grab the scruff of his neck.
Okay, again, this is just like a normal dog at this point. So as you go to grab the neck, go ahead and make an attack roll. It's a strength, by the way. Strength attack.
Oh, hell no. 1d20 minus 1.
All
Two.
right. You rolled a 2.
I rolled a 2.
So as you go to grab this rabid canine, in a sense, you sort of didn't really judge your own strength as you try to lift him up, and this dog now pulls away from you. Sherman, how do you react now that you just saw Silicon sort of try to grab you? Wilvin doesn't really seem to be following directives in a sense that everybody else is.
Wait,
Wilvin,
am I in that area? Because I thought I passed the.
everybody's here.
Oh. I'm confused. But
You're not
I thought they-
charmed, but everybody
Everyone-
else around you seems to be in this La La Land, in a sense. And you're here too. Like, everybody looks like they're alive. You can now talk to these people that are around you. It's almost like you got teleported to a different area.
Do I see the guy?
He's not here currently.
Sherman. What's going on?
Bark, 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 bark.
Well, I mean, I understand it.
No, I know, but just for everybody else.
I mean, yeah, that's good.
But I can see everyone, right?
They're here, and it looks like they're fighting Sherman right now. It looks like Siligon's like trying to wrestle with this dog at this point.
Please
Oh
get
my
the rice
goodness.
off me.
Guys, I'm sorry. My dog. Oh my goodness, is my dog? Say you're sorry, Sherman. I'm saying in like people words as I then say bark, bark, bark.
As this happens, Moonly, go ahead and make a wisdom save.
Nat 20.
As he says his little spew and says the word Sherman, an echoing sort of effect happens in your mind of his name, and you get flashes of pretty much your friends, your brothers here in this instance, and you just snap. You remember the last instance of what happened, this sort of mist of whatever coming from the staff affecting you and being here, and now you realize really what's happened as your eyes sort of dart open out of this enchantment with now this dire wolf on top of you.
Sherman, what the heck are you doing on me?
Yeah, it doesn't repeat. I know, Great White. You're still being attempted to be wrestled at this point. Silgon's still like trying to.
I rolled a 2. I ain't getting shit.
It's more than one roll, by the way. But Wolven has somehow knocked Moonly out of this stupor.
I'll get on my feet.
Silicon is still being weirded.
I'm trying to take this dog off of Moonly, yes.
Hey! As I touch Silicon's shoulder. Hey, come on, snap out of it, brother.
As you say this, he looks at you and says, "You have work to do. Get back to work."
Huh?
Get back to work. We have to please the king.
Exactly. We have to go please the king. We have to go to him now.
No, we have to do our work. We have to do our chores.
We did. We finished. You did a good job, Senegon.
No, I
I'm
didn't.
gonna-
I have to wrestle this dog.
So
before-
as he says your name, it begins to sort of echo in your mind. Make a wisdom save. Nope. Just repressed. Like, no, I got work to do.
Yeah, I got work to
I'm
do.
gonna-
I gotta get these rice bags. I gotta put them to point A to point B. I can't. The king. I need to do a lot of work today.
I'm gonna haul off and groin punch Siligon as a short little gnome.
All right, as you punch him, now roll wisdom with advantage. This is not the first time that he's done this.
I would think I would get a really big bonus to this as well, because it's probably happened a million times.
Yeah, that's the advantage. There you go.
16.
You after being punched, almost having that memory of him doing something similar when you played a bad joke on him using cashew to do so. You sort of realize what's happened in a sense, a flashback of everything that's led up to this point, and suddenly with a deep inhale, you have the realization of what's going on as you're sort of keeling over, looking at Moomley in the eyes, and Moomley can now tell the shimmer in your eyes sort of disappears in the same instance.
Oh, thank you. I guess.
I pick up another bag
As
of
I,
rice.
as I hold my balls, I'm just.
Wait, who picked up a bag of rice?
Hey, Lemire.
Oh,
I'm at the door.
Hey. Oh shit.
I'm just.
We never liked him anyways, and you all turn away from him.
I walk back, go
Oh, that
we'll
range?
be a surrogate family, and leave you guys alone.
Hey, Alamir, come here, boy.
Should I get him?
Adamir, I got rice over here. Come here.
I take out a small rubber ball and I throw it at Alamir.
Rubber
I'm
doesn't
an elf.
exist
What are you
in this
throwing balls
world,
at me?
but
He's not a dog, you idiots.
I know.
As I say,
so
painfully
rubber
grabbing my
not
woman.
really existing. You throw this leathery little ball that you've had saved up, sort of at your friend here. Go ahead and make an attack roll to see if you hit him.
Sure.
It's throwing weapon, so if you're proficient with throwing weapon, sure.
I don't think I am.
Missed everything. We are all.
Milo is not here, by the way.
I don't even know what I would
Correct.
add to that.
Milo
Probably
is not
dexterity.
here, by the way.
We are all,
Yes.
all
So plus
entranced.
3.
What'd you
So
get?
10.
You miss, unfortunately, as in the same instance that you toss it, he bends over to pick up a sack of rice.
I
It
can't pick
sails
it up, so I just start dragging it.
that weak.
Alamir,
I have no strength.
don't you see that leather ball that you helped me make that one time?
Did he ever help you make a leather ball?
Yeah, when we were helping with the old man, he helped us make a monkey fist.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and make a wisdom save. As you bending over, sort of pick up this bag, and the ball sort of sails by you. You do see it in the ground, so go ahead.
16.
A flashback of your fellow brothers sort of just joking around, having drinks around a table and whatnot, just talking about where it really came from. Some of you sort of being hush-hush about it, but in a sense, still talking about adventures, being in the wild and whatnot. You get that flashback of when you were showing your friends how to really make these small little toys that you've sort of invented in a sense, these near bouncy balls. Bye, Bajira. And with the realization, you do now realize where you are, and that sort of shimmer around your eyes begins to fade as you come back to reality.
What happened, guys?
Welcome back, brother. Throw me back my ball as I put up my hand.
Yeah, I grab it, throw it back to him.
Catch it. Put it
Got
in my
it.
satchel.
Or did the dire wolf catch it? No.
I don't. Oh yeah.
All right, you put it back in your satchel. Again, the world around you still seems the same, and people sort of now are moving away from you because you're not working in a sense. It's more like you're lazy little vagabonds that you're trying to really not get associated with.
Someone punching me in my dick. I mean, I'm kind of
Looking over at
hey, man.
Sherman, looks like a very big dog in a sense, not this dire wolf that you remember him being. As you look at each other, it's almost as if your getup has changed. You're in like commoner clothes, like work clothes in a sense. The only difference here is being that Wilvin's sword still looks the same on him. The sheath, that is.
Where's Milo?
Shit, where is Bilo?
I was ready to introduce Bajira, but
he's probably going in and out. He's just like it's likely just during his commercial break, he's just getting in, just listening to what's
He
happening.
said autoplane.
Guys, that spell, that whatever he did to us, do you think this was any time has passed, or do you think he's still exactly where he was?
I doubt it, because if Sherman is still in his dog form, that wouldn't be that long. Because I've known from past experiences, it's after a while he reverts back into his human form.
That's a good point.
I start running up the stairs where we last saw him.
There are people coming down the stairs, and as you start running, they drop like whatever it is they're holding, like almost trying to get out of your way. Like, just
Do I
sort of
have any weapons at my side?
As I
have my-
pass them and they're dropping things, I'm like,
You
oh no, no,
do-
no! I'm going to give the king a present.
You get the feeling that that's not really what anybody is here for. As you say this, they're like, "What about your chores?" Almost as if they sort of realize the enchantment's over.
The present is news of my chores being complete, and that I need more.
They're not guards. They're not stopping you in a sense.
No, I know. I'm just running that way.
They do try to stop you with words, just being like, "That's not. It's not how this works.
How does it
Oh.
work? I'm sorry. As I
You
stop
do your
at one
chores, and then you get a new set of chores, and you keep
Right.
doing them until we get this place back up and running."
of them. Right. Wait, who are you again?
I'm just a worker.
But what's your name?
As you look at this person, it's
I am
really
also
obvious that they
pushing-
don't know what their name is, and they just keep saying, "I'm a worker."
Okay.
I'm pushing Woolen forward.
Wow! No, I was talking to that person. They might be trapped out.
Do I have any weapons at my side or no?
Yes, whatever weapons you normally would, but they look a little like decrepit, unused, almost. Think of it like not the same quality that you're used to, in a sense.
Okay, at least I have a weapon.
Does anybody want to private message me?
About what?
Who?
Fine,
You
I
thought
will.
it was obvious. It's not obvious if it was me.
It's fine. I got it. All right. With that, as you begin to press up the stairs, who is following him? Who is going?
I'm right behind him.
I'm right behind him.
I have a dag, two of my daggers.
I
Well, one of my
just,
dagger.
I start saying to my brothers in arms, so I say, "Man, it's so weird that how we got here, just randomly, by that necromancer that somehow teleported us here or altered our mind." Isn't it, guys?
Quick question, DM. Did this keep look the same as Dragon Spear in a way? Like if it would have been not ruined and in a sense of would it look like a completely intact form of
It is an
Dragon Spear
intact
castle?
keep.
Would it be looking like an intact version of the Dragon Spear castle?
Have
For
you
the
ever
one that
seen
was-
Dragon Spear Castle?
No,
yeah,
but
we were just there.
yeah, we were just there, but it was a ruined version of it.
This looks like an unruined version of it.
I think it's most likely just an illusion.
If it's an illusion, Moonley should punch Silicon again.
Please stop punching my
As you
dick.
say this, climbing halfway up the stairs.
I do agree with that statement, Moonly. You know what they say? They say, "Pinch me, I'm dreaming." I do agree that you should definitely punch Silicon again. As we
I'm not
stop halfway
dreaming.
up the stairs.
I'm not dreaming. We
Listen,
should get
don't know
going. to whatever-
It could only be a dream, right, Alamir?
I mean, it worked to get us out of the last charmed state.
Yeah.
This is an illusion.
I
The
definitely agree
best
with that.
way to kill off an illusion is to kill the source, which is the quote unquote king or the necromancer.
Listen,
So
your
we
nuts
should
might be the
go.
source.
Look, I know you really
Please?
want to punch me in my dick for literally no reason at all.
Can I try
But
to
can we-
persuade Moonly?
So we just keep moving up the stairs.
Can I try to
let's
persuade Moonly?
keep
As you reach the top, sort of not being really able to see the bottom anymore, as a sort of a floor has been built here, a ceiling, if you will. You sort of go around it in this spiral staircase, so it becomes the floor in essence. There is a door at the top of this staircase, a very reddish, like oak door with a brass knocker on it. You do hear what sounds like the pitter patter of footsteps and somebody doing like acrobatics in a sense, like out of breath almost and running around. And you hear somebody that is clearly disdainful, sort of giving a sigh through this door, like,
Is there like a keyhole I can look through?
no keyhole.
I open the door.
As you grab the knocker and begin to pull open the door, you can now see what was causing the noise, as this seems to be some sort of a wizard's chamber in a sense, where it's wide open flooring. You can see an alchemist station and whatnot, torches lit, very, very well lit in a sense, and light coming in from the windows and whatnot. You now see what looks like Milo in a gesture suit sort of dancing around, doing like cartwheels and just completely exhausted. Like you can see just like his suit that is a greenish and golden checkered like color is now saturated in sweat. Like he's been here for hours doing acts and whatnot. And you can see that there is in fact a person at the end of the room that looks sort of familiar in a sense, where he is wearing what looks to be a crown with no cowl over his head, the same face but in full undistorted figure of a man with a goatee, very black, no hair on his head, what look to be like green eyes, looking at this gesture in disdain as he holds what looks like a scepter, mind you, with a dragon's head at the top holding a green gem in its mouth. And
I signal to the group, guys, everybody, stay
I
back.
walk in.
I'm going to go in first and perform for him, and then you guys can follow in behind.
I don't. I'm like, no, Mumley, not this time. This has gotten serious. He's crossed a line as I walk in.
All right, we're doing it.
You said we
As
have
you-
our weapons.
You have what seemed to be an offset kind of set of weapons, whereas you're used to finer irons and whatnot. It's almost as if like you're carrying wooden like swords and just off
Gotcha.
metal sort of daggers and whatnot, almost as if you're holding letter cutters and instead of daggers.
Throw a letter cutter.
As you enter the room, Wilvin, you get a sense of almost like danger in a sense, as this person who is now sitting in this very large crafted wooden chair, now that you can see it more clearly as you enter, where he's still wearing those purple robes, the same ones you remember, but more not disintegrated in a sense from wear and tear, looking over at you, and he waves his free hand that is not holding on to the scepter, and you see that Milo just stops midway in his somersault and just lands and just like almost like collapse, and it sounds like on the ground. Why are you not doing your chores?
You think you can charm me? This ends now. No one picks on Milo except for me and my brothers. It's our job.
Brothers, huh? What I see is a bunch of misfits. Different origins here and there. A fallen angel. A wayward monk. A druid who seems to be cursed. A gnome who seems to be running from his past. Yes, I know everything. And a ranger who has abandoned his duties.
Oh. Everything you say.
That's pretty spot on.
I turned my head. I turned my head to hear this from Moonley. I'm like, not completely. As I take out my shield and draw my sword.
I will cast Vicious Mockery.
As you draw your sword, Loven, that resonance of a noise begins to sort of echo for a bit as your sword sings, as it sort of is removed from your sheath. Everybody can now see this sword of a black like metal and what seems to be a strip of red metal almost along the blade, but as you look at it, it almost moves as if it's a fiery sort of edge in a sense. Holding it, you point it at this necromancer who stares at you in delight and says, "And what have we here?"
Not a monk. As I misty step up to him and slash at him.
So we're gonna have the what was it? Vicious Mockery, I believe somebody said. What was the next action after Wolven drew his sword? Somebody wanted to cast something.
I'm casting Vicious Mockery right at his face. I'm
And what
cursing
are
him.
you saying?
You are a useless human being with no friends, and you live here in this little castle all by yourself, and all you have to do is get your job and a bunch of people together and make your own little kingdom, you little loser.
And what's the save? I know it's a wisdom save, but
Know your
it's got a number.
spells.
So
Know your spells,
saving
ladies and gentlemen.
What is it? 17, 16, 15?
it just says wisdom saving throw.
Yeah,
Isn't it
so
off of my number?
yes.
Yeah.
16.
So you should have somewhere where your spells are. At the top of the page, it says what your spell attack modifier is and what your spell save DC is.
14.
14 is it then? So he looks at you. Your words seem to unfaze him. Boy, little gnome, you don't need friends when you have this. And he lifts the scepter up, and you see it begin to sort of shimmer the gem itself. I can make people my friends, and you can see him almost as if he's sort of casting the same spell as he's about to put it down. What do you do? What does the party do?
I'm
So-
looking at this guy straight in the face, and with my rapier and my dagger in my offhand, I start walking forward, and I say, "You may know of us, but you don't know who any of us are personally. We may be fools. We may be misfits.
I meant like
your
interrupted spell. He's clearly about to cast
Oh.
the same spell.
Never mind. I was gonna.
Yeah,
well, I mean, I was gonna do
I
something.
wanna
I was
aim
gonna
for
do
his,
something.
Well, if
I
I
was gonna
can't,
do something.
my bow.
if I can't teleport to him, then I'm just gonna use counterspell.
You can. And I just wanted to see if somebody else would react in the same fashion that you are. So
Okay.
Yeah,
go ahead
as
and make
Wilbur
the
goes
attack
forward, I
roll.
draw my bow.
Go ahead and make the attack roll for the shot. Both of you, Wilvin and God, names escape my mind.
Elamir.
Hold on, I'll get it. Hold on, I'll
Elamir.
get it. Methador, got it.
Elamir.
I'll never use your last name. Get out of here.
That
No,
Elamir is
my
his
first name is Elamir. My last name is Methlador.
Okay, I'll never use your first name.
I rolled a 19.
Can I get an advantage since I attacked him right after a Misty step?
He is currently spellcasting, so he has
Well-
to make a specific gesture. So yes,
Sweet.
Do we both or no?
yours is range, so no, he's melee, like up on
Yeah.
top. Why is my fucking mother calling me? And that phone call. Call her later.
See, I got a 19 with the bow shot.
Okay. I need to hear what Wilvin's is.
22.
22. Roll damage, both of you. Everybody else roll initiative and just tell me your number when I ask for it.
Do I get to attack twice since I have the ability to attack twice?
This is the surprise round, so it's only one attack.
10 damage.
Well, it's part of my invocations.
Right, but this is a surprise round.
Okay.
It works a little bit different. It's not
Gotcha.
combat yet. Right,
10
so-
damage.
10 damage to the wrist. And how much damage are you doing, Wilvin?
I'm just doing the math. And under.
I need to get better music that repeats or find a bot that fucking repeats
11.
music. You said 11 damage. Let me write that down
Yep.
before I try to play this music. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So as you hit his wrist and his scepter sort of, it would fall from his hand in a sense, but as he lets go of it and sort of rattles back in pain, like, and now this sword plunge. You're attacking him, right? Slashing.
Yep.
Slashes into his back. More or less, he's more focused on the wrist damage at first, but now you can see like the sword sort of in his ribs, sort of stuck there for a second as you see it just pull out. The scepter would be fallen in a sense, but you now see it sort of just floating there. His spell clearly interrupted in a sense, but there is more magic to this individual than what you first realized. How dare you walk into my home and attack me? How dare you! And all of a sudden, a form of arcane energy begins to emit from him. I need everybody to make a charisma saving.
Well, could I do counterspell as a reaction?
Counterspell you may. What is the at what level? I need to know what level it goes up to.
I believe 3.
And it will
Wait.
fizzle it. You successfully counterspell him. As you see this arcane energy start to billow from him, you quickly raise your hand, uttering your cancellation spell, and suddenly you see the fire around him, this sort of whitish arcane energy, just fizzle into nothingness, and he goes and looks at you. Everybody's rolling initiative.
Yeah, some of us already rolled it. I rolled a 4.
Yeah, I told you to. All right,
Roman's got a 5.
4 for meth. Get it, meth? What'd Sherman get? 10 for Sherman. The faithful druid. Moomly, what did you get?
5.
5 for the Moonster. I rolled that for the bad guy. You don't get to know.
Oh, man.
Alright, next up will be Siligon. What'd you get?
I rolled an 11.
11 for Silly. Alright, and Wilvin.
Oh, I rolled a 6.
Wow, you all
we
are
rolled
terrible.
terribly.
I suck.
You know, you say terribly, I say we did it in sync.
So, this being the first round of combat, you need to make a dex save, Wilvin.
I did.
And, Methador.
Okay.
Do
The
we have,
room
like, a
itself is
map?
only 30 feet. It's a 30-feet room. Everybody's going to be able within range and whatnot. You just have to tell me when you're going point blank to attack them.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm as far away as possible.
30 feet, got it.
Yeah, I'm 16 on my dex.
Okay, so you'll be taking half damage from his hellish rebuke. And what about you, Wilvin?
Oh. Shit. Wait, he can do that twice?
At high
I-
levels, yes.
Wow, I did a 10.
10, so you'll be taking full damage. And the total damage, not being halved, is 13. So it's 7 for meth and 13 for fire damage, mind you, in case you have resistances. As
What?
you
I don't think I did. No, I don't.
well, this song's just bad. I'm going to stop it altogether. Let's go with The Witcher. That's a good one. The original, first Witcher game. All right, so that is his bonus or his reaction to what just happened. His next action, you see him reach back for his staff, an arrow still lodged in his wrist as he grabs it. More or less, the illusion is starting to fade a little bit in the sense that you can actually see his face for what it is as he picks up the staff again. It's sort of glowing blue, green again. You see a flash of this gnarly, wood-like staff where the scepter once was, almost like a flash, like you see for what it really is, but it goes back to being a scepter. And he points it over at the archer, and he launches what looks like a green fireball at you. Does that's a fucking 4. That doesn't hit you. As you see this coming, sort of.
Quick, can I tell if all of his spells are using verbal components?
Some of them are. When he's using a scepter, it is not. So he points the scepter at you and almost recoils back in his hand as this ball escapes it. You see it coming, pretty much as telegraph this attack. You slowly duck out, or not slowly, you quickly duck out of the way as this ball just blows the door off its hinges behind you. It just smacks against it, and wood shrapnels go everywhere. This bot used to repeat this song. I don't know why it's not at this point, and it's actually going to start upsetting me. Sense here.
Oh man, roll 20. It's not a bad thing.
How about you?
What's that, Silicon? Man, you know what? You're
Yeah,
right.
what's that, Silicon?
Yeah,
What?
what's that? I died? What? The DM killed me because I said something about roll 20?
I think that's because you didn't feed your mouse.
God damn it. Cash, you better be alright.
So-
It's not killing myself.
I hope some of you appreciate the song that I'm playing currently. Somebody has requested it in this group. But anyways, moving on. It is now going to be Siligon's turn.
Alright, so I'm 30 feet away from him.
Yes.
I'm
You
gonna
can
start
technically be
walking.
35 in this point if you take a step through the doorway.
I don't want to do that at all. I'm going to walk up to around 10 feet to him. I'm going to make sure like no one else is in 10 feet of me, just him.
There are 2 people who are in melee of him, so that is not possible.
Shit.
Who are the 2 people in melee with him?
Currently, the jester that is literally like at his feet, prone.
Fuck. Well, I mean, I'm fine with him, but Wilvin, you're in combat with him, right?
Yeah, I'm right in front of him.
Shit, then yeah, I don't want to do that. Not put you in a
What
very
do
bad
what?
position. I want to do something, but if I do, it'll be bad for anyone within 10
Well,
feet of me.
don't forget that I insulted you for treating your mouse in a certain way. Are you really
we're gonna start reverting to the 5-second rule here in a second.
Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go up to him, and just get within melee range. Do a stab attack with my rapier, and then do a cutting action to just disengage. That's what I'm gonna do.
You're going up to him in melee. You're gonna attack him and then disengage away.
Yes.
All right, so melee attack.
So 1d10 plus 1d20.
You move about 20 feet to get to him, so you'll be able to move 10 feet backwards after you do so.
15, does that hit?
15 does hit. This is a wizard
Right.
class.
And since there's someone within melee range, I have sneak attack. So bear with me here.
Rogues.
D8. Is there a way to like plus 3d8? Plus 2, 6. Fuck. 6. Fuck, that's shit. Alright, I did 11 total damage as I just go up and stab him.
12 damage, you say? Very nice, very nice.
11.
11 damage. All right, still nice, still nice. As you plunge your rapier center mass to him,
Oh
you
God,
just
Milo!
keen over a little bit, and he looks at you as if almost completely unfazed, more or less just shocked by your blow, but pretty angry at you. He does try to make an attack at you, though it's going to miss automatically because you're disengaging, but for semantic's sake, he tries to grab hold of you as you disengage and back up, sort of smacking your his wrist with your rapier as you back up. What was that?
Said, "Oh God, Milo."
We forgot about Milo.
No, I was talking about the fact that he got into a car accident.
Yeah, he just supposed to. Don't listen to D&D when.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't in a car when it happened.
Yeah.
Or he wasn't in here. Next up is, I think it's the druid. Druid's turn. You go in for a bite. Roll the attack. What'd you get? 24. All right. That's a hit. For clarity's sake, if you get above a 14, just say you hit rather than trying to do math and whatnot and ask if it hits. Just make it a little bit faster. And doesn't he have to make a save? Strength. What's the DC? He is now prone as you pull him down. Though his scepter does seem to be sort of almost protecting him in a sense from falling, but he still does, and the scepter sort of wafts down with him. More or less like a feather falling after him, where his hands sort of holding onto is what it looks like. What do you do next? Just drool on. All right. Next up after you will be Wilvin.
You just said that he let go of his spear.
No, he's still holding.
Okay. In that case,
more or less falls more slowly with him, in a sense.
Cool. In that case, I'm gonna go ahead and slash at him.
going to what at him? Slash?
Slash.
Okay.
Slash.
Go ahead and roll the attack.
While he's doing that, is
That is
prone
probably that
considered
there's no-
cover?
Prone is just they roll either advantage or disadvantage. My mom really thinks that whatever she has to say is important. If she's calling back again, I'll be right back, guys.
So wait, Alamir, who's attacking Alamir?
No, Wilvin attack.
Wait, the guy's prone?
Yeah, if he's
Yeah, he's
prone, you
prone.
have advantage. So if you're doing melee.
That's gonna be fun.
Sucks for the ranger.
Man, just get in melee. Last time we did that, I got killed. As I turn away from the computer.
I look at Silicon and go, "Do I know you from somewhere?" No.
I don't know. Did you join a D&D guild for the one
First one, first one hit,
Yeah, let's go.
and second one misses.
Yeah.
I rolled 2 nat ones.
Holy shit, dude.
You hit a 25 though,
I did.
and then you
That was
accidentally
that
hit
was
the
the
other.
first attack.
Wait, are you attacking twice, or are you just doing advantage?
I'm attacking twice.
He's attacking twice. He has advantage with both of them because he's prone.
Yeah,
This
I know
one
there's no
hits
music. Trust me, I'm very low. I don't have like a really long fucking fight song. I guess I don't know. Let me do Dragon Age. That's the longest one I have.
Oh man, only if you're on roll 20, you can just repeat it. Oh my god.
All right, and Silicon dies, and I'll just move him over here.
Silicon floats away.
All right, so Wilvin, your turn. Unless somebody was going to attack more
I
than
dealt
once, because I
10
thought
I
druids
attacked.
could do that.
My first attack was a 25, and my second attack was a 1.
Okay, and how much damage?
10.
10. So as you slash into him again, his back towards you, he sort of turns. Well, he's prone. You would roll advantage.
He did. He did.
You
Oh,
rolled
that's-
2 nat ones.
I did.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was fucking crazy, dude.
Your
He was like, what the fuck?
your first hit nails him in the back. As you do this, getting more and more sort of into this battle at the sense, you go to raise your sword up with both hands in a sense, your shield still on your arm, and you try to bring it down, and he rolls out of the way, and now your sword seems to be stuck in between two of the cobblestone pieces. You're going to have to use your action to pull your sword out of the ground in the sense on your next turn. How much damage was the first one? 10, you said?
Yep.
Okay. Your sword speaks to you. You missed. How could you miss? Didn't they teach you how to use a sword?
You should be happy I'm using it at all.
What?
Huh? What?
Silicon says as he looks at Woven and go, what the fuck?
Wait, who's that? Who's right next to me? Oh, right, the rogue.
Literally everyone.
and Milo,
Literally
who's just like, what? It is now
And
Milo's
Sherman.
turn. Milo is going to stand up. You see him begin to realize where he is, that glazeness sort of off his face at this point, and a little bit exhausted in a sense. You see him start to charge up what looks like a firebolt in his hand and cast it at this guy at disadvantage. And is going to miss, just flies overhead. He does not judge this right at all. Next up, as he moves away from this guy, roughly he gets near where Methador is, in a sense, Milo. It is now going to be Moomli's turn.
Okay. I'm going to aim for a target 10 feet away from the necromancer that is not near a friend. I'm going to cast Shatter.
So you have on the Necromancer's right side, Milo. You have in front of him the Druid, and you have behind him Wilvin. You must pick one to hit, unfortunately.
Between the rogue and the wolf?
The Rogue,
No,
the Wolf,
I
and the
disengaged.
Sorcerer.
I just engaged. There's Milo, you, and Sherman in the
How
way.
big is the wolf?
It is a dire wolf.
Okay.
I'll
so
risk harming the
he
wolf.
reverted back? You reverted back from a puppy?
Yeah, I'm going to risk harming the wolf.
Okay, so what is the save?
It is a Constitution saving throw.
of
Your spell DC was 14 for whispers. It would be
14.
14. Okay. So ultimately, your friend will have to roll as well.
He went to the bathroom. He'll be back in a minute.
Okay, we'll wait on that then. It's go ahead and roll your damage though, because there's still going to be damage regardless if they save or not.
Honestly, roll not 20.
And I think you just saved the entire party, by the way. We'll find out here in a second.
7.
7 damage. So that
Yes.
times 10. Okay. 70 damage.
70.
You'll find out in a second.
Oh no.
Hi. Hi everybody. Oh no.
You did
No.
good. You did good.
So what exactly is happening?
He did a good thing. What movie
Yeah, he did for me. I mean, what?
He did a good thing. Or bad. I don't know. Depends on what's actually
It
happening.
was thunder damage, is that why? We just have to hold tight.
So you got a 12 on your save? You're taking full damage, so you're taking the full 7?
Yep.
And you're not prone? And so is everybody else in the room. As I explain what happens, as you begin to channel your spell through your instrument, sort of think of it as like a real quick like scale is what you're blowing, like, and almost a shattering sort of noise begins to emanate where you're casting shatter. However, this castle's structure is not as sturdy as what it appears to be, as the illusion sort of begins to shimmer and fade in a sense, and now you see this raggedy floor that you're all standing on begin to sort of shake in a sense. It's almost like a mild earthquake is happening. Even your sword goes to you, Wilvin. What is going on? And suddenly, as you start pulling your sword, you realize that the floor around you is starting to break apart.
Oh fuck.
Let's get
You
the
roughly
fuck out of
have 6 seconds to decide what you are doing on your
Uh,
turn before it goes. At the start of Moonley's next turn, the floor will be caved in. So with that, Moonley, you have your movement. What do you do?
I will leap toward the wall and grab onto a banister.
All right. So you do. And with that, we move on to Methodor's turn.
I jump out of the room. Is the room outside of the room? I was standing right by the door, so it's behind the door that was shattered open. Is that?
It feels
going
like this entire keep is rumbling.
I'm saying I scream, we got to get out of here and start running out.
All right. As
Like
you do
downstairs.
that, you're running down the stairs, or you're staying in the doorway? Like,
No, I'm moving past the doorway, heading for the stairs. After I tell
Okay.
everybody we got to get out of here.
got it. We gotta go.
You can use
Is
your
what
bonus.
I get the sense. I get the sense of a ranger knowing the sense of what an earthquake really feels like would have the best say in this. And in this instance, you two know what is about to happen in a sense, and you tell everybody she's gonna blow, and you start running down the stairs. Next is the bad guy's turn. As he sort of readjusts his hand, he looks still prone. Looks over at his scepter, which is now the illusion seems to be fading rapidly from him, as you now see his torso sort of concave in a little bit, as if missing more flesh than what was once realized before. But as he reaches over for his staff, you do see that it has cracked in half from your shatter. And and you see like this draining green arcane energy sort of emanating from this break in his staff. What have you done? What have you done? And he takes both points of the staff and is like trying to just pop it together, and it's not working. But that is what his wasted action is going to be on, as this is more important to him. Next is the assassin.
So, quick question: can I use my action to dash and cunning action as a rogue to dash again?
That you can.
I'm doing the nope action, getting the fuck out of there, just running. I'm saying, hey,
What is
get
the total
fuck
feet
outta
of
here.
movement?
I can move 30 normally, so 90 feet.
You'd move 60. You'd move 120.
right?
Well, a dash action is
Double your movement.
that is true. So
And if you dash twice,
wait, no. If you dash, you just move again. So I
Oh,
move
is it?
30
Okay.
feet, dash
30, 30,
again
30,
for
90. Got it.
feet.
Got it. You're right. You're right. Right. So as you just barrel through the door, just pass with this rogue-like experience of what it is to really run from authority in a sense. You just bolt past this ranger and almost like get 60 feet away from him in the same span of six seconds that he moved. And he sort of has a dumbfounded look at how he could be so slow compared to everything else around him.
I have 70 feet of movement.
Supersonic. Doing supersonic speed. Getting the fuck out of here.
Gotta go fast. Next up is the druid.
Before I left, I say, someone grab Milo as I ran out.
Quick question: Is my sword still stuck?
It is not.
Okay.
Shit, that would have been bad.
It seems to be easy to pull out in a sense that the floor itself is moving and is becoming unbalanced, and things seem to be. You can hear the stone sort of racking against itself and making that grinding noise. So, Wilvin, you are coming up next after the druid runs, correct?
I believe so.
All right. What do you do?
How far do we run in? Are the walls shaking?
Everything
the
is
whole-
shaking.
Everything is shaking. How far do we go to get up here? And how far is the ground below?
It's 500 stairs, so roughly maybe 300 feet.
We still got to survive another turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and take my sword and say, tell you what, I'll kill him if you get me out of here. As I
You
start
look to
falling-
your sword and say, what? Say that again as the music changed so dramatically to this.
Honestly, that was the best part for it to do. I'll kill him if you let me go.
Get me out of here, and I will kill him for you.
Kill him right now. What are you waiting for?
As I run up to him and I slice his neck.
Right.
Twice.
So with a coup de grace, he's clearly just too busy with his staff. You slice off his head, in a sense, very easily. And you see a shocked expression on his face as his body goes lifeless and he drops the staff that he was trying to fix, in a sense. What do you do after that?
Two of my comrades are still in this room, right?
You have the prone, or well, he's no longer prone, he's standing up, but you have Milo, you have Moomli, you have, yeah, I think that's the only two.
I say to my sword, now give me the power to get me and my brothers out.
That is not how I work.
Ah,
There's only room for one.
oh, you bitch.
I shout to Wilvin, "Leave me, I'll be fine."
Then I run to Milo as I
Right.
grab him.
As you do, it happens to be Milo's turn. And you didn't hear him in a sense as the room is becoming bombarded with noises, but suddenly as you reach out and sort of touch him, you now realize that you're not really running in the ground. As you look down, you're floating. And so is Milo, as he has just cast Fly on both of you.
Yes.
Yes. Moomli, your turn.
Wait, Milo casted fly on me?
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
Is anything falling on my head?
Nothing has fallen yet, and this floor is going to collapse at the end of your turn.
I will make for the door if possible.
I mean, your movement's 25, right, as a gnome?
25.
50 if you dash.
You
I'm
can
gonna-
make it out the door
I'm
at
gonna get
least.
these little gnome legs moving.
Gotta go.
Bookit.com, bookit.yeah.
Book it. Yeah. So as you go out the door, you do see that the furthest one down is your fallen angel friend, if you will, Siligon. is leading the charge, followed by whatever amount of distance everybody else has traveled. As you exit the door, you can hear the stones beginning to fall from the floor itself of the room you just came in, and you can hear the screams of people below you guys. As you look down, you see the people who are stuck in this sort of charmed world, as you will, begin to look up and see these stones falling and begin trying to run out. One of them does get crushed instantly by one of the stones. The floor is not falling rapidly in a sense. It looks like it's piece by piece by giant cobblestone blocks, if you will. But you do realize that the walls themselves are now losing their more or less balance-like structure, because the floor itself was a center point of the walls from caving in. They are now starting to slowly start to cave in, as if falling in on this place. With that, you keep running, and we won't have combat anymore, as there's nothing left really. With the fly spell, you are descending rapidly with Milo in hand, Wilvin. Everybody else is now running. So those who are not flying, I need to make dex saves, as those who can fly can easily just float out of the way.
Quick question: if Milo's casting fly on both of us,
It's at a higher level. He can cast it on more than one target.
okay. Well, when I start flying out and I realize this, can I pick up Moonly?
You can. It's a strength check to see if you're able to maintain your flying as you do so.
I'll give it a try.
Or Arcana. Sorry, it's an Arcana check. You're trying to use the
Arcana?
power of the spell. Yeah, because you might not have enough strength. Also, I see people typing. Type.
So you want me to use?
That is definitely the right
okay.
channel.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh shit. That's actually wrong. I got a non-natural 20, not 19. I did it wrong,
13.
but it's whatever.
Okay. You're able to, barely. You do feel yourself sort of dragging as you lift him up, but you're able to hold on to him. Roughly, put him on your shoulders if you want, on your back, it doesn't matter, but you're able to sort of get him, so now he no longer has to do these dex saves. Everybody else, however, does. So I need to hear what the numbers are.
Silicon here got a non-natural 20.
Okay, Silicon on nat 20.
Yeah, I did my thing wrong. I accidentally had 4, not 5. But
I need Sherman and the assassin. 19 is good.
Alamir 17.
You all can predict when these things are falling, looking up as you're running down. You're able to dodge and dunk and weave and jump over the gaps in these stairs as stones sort of just crash through them. You now see that the walls that are holding these stairs are actually starting to cave in as well, and you realize that the floor is no longer there where it was caving in. It is now the roof, just the cobblestone sort of structure of this keep is now falling on top of itself. And you're able to run all the way down, dodging as best you can and whatnot, only taking roughly 2 points of damage with these high rolls from little stones that sort of bounce off you and whatnot. But you run through the front door. The illusion itself sort of dissipates as you do, and you see these undead like creatures beginning to run away from you again, in a sense, more or less from the keep itself, as the keep sort of just collapses in on itself in this giant cloud of just granite and dust sort of envelops everything, and you see this green light sort of envelop from the center of where this keeps sort of collapse, and you see it sort of fade and fizzle, and you can hear like a popping noise as it does this. Looking around you as the dust begins to sort of settle, checking in up on each other, Milo sort of landing near you guys, dropping off Moonly and Vilvin and sort of turning the spell off. You look around and you see that there are a bunch of undead on the ground. As if the impact of the tower sort of collapsing pushed them over, but they do not seem to be moving. Dust settling slowly and whatnot.
Quick question: are these like they're standing up or they're laying down?
They're laying down, unmoving.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah.
I think we're fine. I'm looking very worried at the moment because I have no idea where my little pet mouse is. I just cry out for Cashew.
A moment later, passes, nothing.
Guys, I need to find Cashew.
Another
Where was
moment, and you feel something on your leg, and as you look down, you see your mouse is now climbing up your leg.
Oh,
As
sign.
this dramatic music just
The mouse notification is just like.
he's
climbing,
a
he's very
determined look
distressed.
as he looks tired, and just one claw comes up and grabs you, and another claw, just determination as to match the music.
You better feed him.
I gave him a full day ration for a human. That is a lot for a mouse.
You know how much it's grand,
As you go to pick him up and help him to your shoulder, you see that his cheeks are extremely puffy, as if he is storing food for later.
See, look at that. I fed
He is not a chipmunk. I call shenanigans.
Mouse do the same things. They try to bring food back to their nest, and they will do so with their mouths.
Darth did his research, Wilvin. Don't
All
try
right,
to argue.
all right.
Yeah, don't shush. Don't ruin my experience.
I know gophers do the same thing. I know rabbits do the same thing. They all do the same thing. Every rodent class does the same fucking thing. Let's just be honest here.
Rodent class. My class is rodent.
No, your
That
mouse's
doesn't do it.
class is rodent. With that being said, we will take a 10-minute break so that you can determine what you want to do from this point forward. But you, congratulations, have ended the curse of the Dragon Spirit Keep.
I want to know so many things.
Yeah, like
I have so many
did his
questions.
stats shatter?
So many questions. So many.
No answers yet.
I'd like to investigate the rubble for the next.
Right.
6
We'll take the 10 minutes if you want to ask me questions. Sure.
Well,
Okay,
I mean,
so how did he die, or how did he do 70 damage first off?
No, you did 70 damage to the structure. You only did 7
Oh.
damage to him
Gotcha. And then how did the staff break?
from your shatter.
It was Moonlight.
It's a piece of from the shatter. It's a piece of wood.
Oh, okay.
Got him.
Got him. Shoot that question now. Bam. Bam. That's right. I shoot bams and lasers.
so that dude's dead. Like Wilvin cut his head off, right?
You don't know
Or,
that.
like- well,
You don't know that at all.
player wise, I'm asking that. Character wise, I'm probably
I
not. gonna
sliced
know.
his fucking head clean off.
All right, I just want to know if he was actually dead.
Gotta like burn the body and have a cleric like sign off on it.
A castle's on top of it. I mean, I doubt it's getting out of there.
That shatter was
Even
such a
if
good move, by the way. I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thanks. I was prepared to use Thunder Wave to keep the rubble off me.
Nice. That would have been awesome too. Get back.
Just keep casting Thunder Wave every time I'm running in the steps.
Oh, private message.
I'll be right back. Grab some water.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go get some soda and some water as well.
Yeah, I'll be back.
I owe you nothing. Did you hear me, Monkey Fish?
I heard you. Well, I figured since we're doing a break, you would type it to me and yeah.
Well, technically, you'd say that out loud anyways, so.
Well, I'm assuming that if everyone's just like collecting their thoughts, I would walk away for a little bit.
Okay. So let's have that moment then, where you're away from the group. I owe you nothing.
You said you wouldn't help. You did nothing.
I was going to, but your friends seem to have it under control. That being said, despise the undead.
At least we have that in common.
They don't taste very good.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over. It's so good.
You can hear them.
I can hear him. Well, I mean, I hear it still good, not you.
No, I said they don't taste very good.
I'm back.
Well, was he undead?
That's why he didn't taste very good.
Quick question. What's happening?
Just a one-on-one between him and his sword.
Oh, okay. I thought we were back in the session. Like, what the fuck?
Oh
No,
God,
he kind of got a moment to himself, and as everybody else was dusting off and whatnot, he just wanted to have a conversation with his sword away from others.
Well, did I at least control your hunger for a little bit?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Aw.
I could have seen me like talking to my sword over crashing over, and I hear someone say, "I'm back." I'm like, "Welcome back." Now what? I don't know what you start talking about my sword again.
Thanks for
Welcome back.
saving me,
What the
guys.
fuck did you want?
Oh my gosh, I thought I was done for.
So, should we look through the rubble to see if we can find anything?
Wait, has it already been 10 minutes? Holy shit!
No,
don't think
I'm
so,
just talking to
because-
people, and
I'm
as
gonna
if
get a
we're,
drink.
I'm
I
gonna
think-
still too.
I think we should find that staff. If it was broken,
Yeah.
maybe those.
So
We still
that's
need to
what
find
I was.
that staff.
I was PMing Darth, and he said that the staff itself wasn't magical. He was channeling his arcane energy through it, which is why Shatter worked. It's so we could go look for like the dragon head that is like has an orb in its mouth if you wanted to look through rubble.
Yeah, because especially like in all actuality, like a catalyst for any spell is pretty good, anyways. If that's what he's using it for, like that's still pretty good.
Right. See what everybody else wants to do.
Yeah, because is Sherman here or is he?
Yep.
He's just stuff in his face. See stuff in his face. That.
We all are.
And I just got some Mountain Dew. That's really it. I have that too. I just. went
I have
on-
milk and cookies. Just trumped
Man.
everything.
Yeah, it did. You won. You won the game of snacks. Back in my day, when I was 5 years old.
It's weird to think that when I was 5 years old, it was 2 decades ago.
I'm guessing that means you're 25. I'm good at math.
I'm older than that.
I don't know.
I was saying like 2 decades ago was about when I was 5 years old. It just seems so strange.
Our controllers haunted.
Does Silicon, does Darth sound quiet to you?
Yeah, but I originally, but I changed his volume up to 200% in Discord generally, so that way I can hear him more.
Right. I have him at 200%, but he still just feels quiet. I don't know. I changed everybody else to like 22 to see what happens.
Alright, I'm back.
All right. So, who wanted to look around?
I'm just kind of relaying to the group that we should probably look for a staff, if we could, in the rubble. Actually, when we're doing this, I want to like poke one of the undead bodies, to see if they're like still somehow arcane, like animated or some way.
As you do so, sort of after encouraging people to look for the staff, that is, you take a stick nearby and sort of it doesn't move. I mean, like, it breaks apart, whatever bones are connected, the tendon's not really there anymore, no meat really holding anything, so you're able to like break an arm off this thing and it doesn't move.
So it's not reacting like.
Not at all.
Okay, so it's not reacting like a steady. Well then, not all the undead are dead, so I guess it's fine that we killed those three.
I
Should we,
see Woven's mic activating and no sounds are coming from it.
Oh, sorry. I take out my sword as I also poke a dead body with it.
Why would... Can you stop, please?
What does the sword look like, by the way? Is it just like a regular sword? Or
It's a black steel almost, and it has sort of a band of red where the blade is. Like it's a redded metal sort of in it, and as you look at it, it almost looks like a fire-like pattern. As you see it shimmer, you can swear you saw the flames move, in a sense.
Man, Woven, that's one fancy sword.
Thanks, as I keep poking at the dead body.
Wilbin, I heard you talk.
Fine, I owe you. Please stop this.
I do a quick chuckle as I sheath my sword. Yes, Mummy?
I heard you talk to your weapon before you killed him back there.
Before I killed him?
Before you chopped his head
wait.
off.
I
Did they
imagine
hear
you're
that?
having this. Can I imagine that you guys are having this conversation as you're trying to pull the rebel, trying to find this orb or this
Yeah.
staff, if you will?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Continue.
And I'm
Well-
not even sure if we'll find the staff.
Would he have heard me talking to him if the
You were
building
point
was
blank, and
literally
he was
falling
point
down?
blank.
Oh, okay.
You guys are in the same room.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought he ran over to like a window and held it.
Still not falling apart. But yeah.
I forgot you did that. A lot of different things would have happened. I could have sworn you were on the stairs for some reason. Let's just pretend you were on the stairs and not dead. Let's not do that. Oh no, you got picked up. That's what happened. The fly spell.
Yeah.
I remember now.
I picked him up eventually.
Good. Okay. I remember now. Sorry. I think I was hungry. Now that I'm eating food, we're good.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, you're having this conversation, sort of digging for whatever this artifact might be. You didn't answer his question, however. How do you answer his question?
What was the question?
Why were you
seem to be
yourself?
talking
Yeah,
to yourself.
Ah, yes. I have a pet owl. See it?
I thought that was Miklos.
No, he's right here. As I point over my shoulder to nothing.
There's nothing there.
Well, you sounded like you wanted to save your life. I'm confused.
Yeah. I'm not much of a jogger.
What were the as you try to remember the instance? What was it that you said to your sword in that moment?
Um,
I'll
If
let
I,
you kill him if you save me. Weren't those your words?
something along the lines of that, plus my brothers. But that was afterwards.
But
Yeah,
that is what
but-
you remember him saying, Moonley.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that to me of my exact words?
No, I was just recanting for Moonley's
Oh, okay.
memory.
You were desperate, and you seemed like you asked something or to talk to something about if you killed him to please save us.
I mean, I was hoping that something would answer us if we killed a necromancer. I guess my prayers weren't answered.
Wolven.
And now you may roll insight.
Hold on. Wolven, you're a monk, right?
Yeah, I was. You muted yourself.
I'm no, sorry, one sec.
Did you want
As
me to
you look
roll
upon him, his answer towards you, you begin to contemplate the emotional state he's in. Looking at his face, you can see that he looks at you sternly and almost has a reassuring tone to it. But you do catch that little glimmer that he is holding something back. He's not being forthcoming.
Wait, you're a dog when you're asking me this?
No, this is Moonley was rolling the insight. I
Oh,
thought.
okay.
No,
I'm totally
I didn't
sounds-
roll.
Oh,
he
well,
did.
okay. Sherman listening in the conversation, you catch that then. As you start digging more and more.
I think Silicon wanted to say something, but he muted himself.
Silicon. Are you
Sorry
there?
about that. My brother was talking to me. Well, actually, I was just gonna inquire about Wolven. You said you're a monk. What kind of monastery were you from? What god did you worship?
We didn't really worship any gods. We were just more about tranquility. As I take off my my jacket, 1 second, get a picture of Wolven so you can see what I'm talking
I want
about.
to see.
I think we saw Wolven before in the random BS bullshit.
I want to see it, damn it.
I'm getting it.
It's your
Oh, is it
profile
where
pic.
you're... What is it with the black dragon?
Yeah. If I can find it. It should be right
Well,
here.
just scroll up in random BS. It's like 3 entries up.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh.
We already seen it. Yeah, we saw it.
Oh, well.
I saw it before.
Oh yeah. He takes off his white over shirt as you see him wearing basically a button-down shirt that has no sleeves, and on the back you see the symbol that was on the trees before of the water droplets in a sphere.
Oh,
Oh.
what symbol does it stand for?
The water
Trank-
lotus.
Woof, woof, dig, dig.
Wait, is he happy barking at what I just said? Okay, when you do that to him, he says, "They're all gone."
So
Oh.
it's probably a whimper is what I imagine will be the next thing for the dog. Hmm.
Oh, how
Ah.
how did that come to be? If I don't mind me asking.
We have the time. As I start throwing more rubble away.
All right.
I was young at the time. All I did was go out and get some water like I normally would. And when I returned, my monastery was under attack, and well, things didn't end well for everyone.
Maybe I'll inquire about it another time. When we're not too busy dealing with rubble, as my weakly arms just throwing stones out of the way, trying to search for whatever the hell this is.
All right. As you begin to dig, you do find remnants of that purple robe that individual is wearing.
I examine.
A piece here, as you pull more rocks, another piece here.
I'll go over and search in that area with him.
All right, and as you do, I need everybody. I need that is helping him in that specific spot to roll investigation.
I will help.
Nat 1.
Yep, you found the stone that you're looking for, the staff, if you will.
Wait, a nat
7.
1.
I nat 1 and found
Yeah.
the staff.
Nat, you found the stone on the staff, not the staff itself. You found the stone.
Right.
As you pick up this rock, go look, I found it. To everybody else, you're just holding a piece of rock.
Oh, God. Yeah, worst ranger of all time, by the way. The only thing I'm good at is running downstairs.
Probably. Let me go over alone.
11, and what else?
I got a 7, so nothing.
You find more of these tattered pieces of clothing, and what strikes
I got 21.
you, what strikes you in this instance, Wilvin, as you find more and more of these pieces of clothing, there's no body. There's no remnants of this person.
What I tell you, he'll be back.
And as you pull over the last rock, almost like as if you were losing help in this instance, Wilvin, but you go for one last rock, that's when you see it, the broken staff, in many, many pieces. The wood no longer really holding its shape, but that orb still there, though not surrounded by that gnarled piece of wood, sits there in the dirt.
I grab it.
As you do, it's pretty well embedded, as a lot of rocks have fallen upon it and sort of wedged it into the ground itself. It takes some time, but as you start pulling it out and people see you doing so, they offer aid and whatnot, and ultimately you're able to pull the gem out. It is a almost emerald, in a sense, type of gem, if it could be classified as some sort of a material, but you don't know what it is. It definitely is arcana in nature. Canic. Yeah, we know.
Alright. Did you want me to roll for that, or?
Roll for what exactly?
I don't know, you said nature or...
It appears.
arcana.
No, I said it appears to be arcanic in nature, like
okay.
the type of stone it is.
Sorry if you hear the dog.
I say, I found it, guys. Well, part of it at least, as I hold it up.
I think all we need is stone, not the wooden pot. So,
Yeah.
at least you find that.
I'm super convinced mine's the right one, so I go over and try and compare them.
As you do, your nat 1 turns into just a natural 10, and you go, uh-oh.
Everybody laughs at me. I get it. I went through middle school.
I barely passed, alright?
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Nothing there.
I laugh as I put the emerald-like gem into my satchel.
As you do so, there's a feeling of accomplishment almost, and as you get that feeling, it's not coming from you, it's coming from your sword, as sort of emotional attachment to it.
What sword is happy to see it?
Just know that the thing's dead at this point. As you ask it sort of mentally, it does answer you mentally. It goes, no, that thing is dead, and that you have its whatever the hell that is.
Can I ask for the orb and actually see if I can figure out what the hell it is?
Sure. I toss it to him as I start hopping down off the rubble. But I think you should look at it as we get going.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Well, actually, if someone's actually better at looking at magical objects, I probably think that you guys should check it out. If not, I will.
Who's proficient in anybody here consider themselves an expert in Arcana?
I'm not. I just said I wanted to check it
What
out.
about Mila? He seems to know everything.
I mean, I could take a look at it if you don't mind. I'm very curious as to what it is.
Sure. And I put it in his hands. I don't throw it to him. I just go up to him and put it in his hand.
He holds it for a second, though he does have an off look as soon as it sort of escapes your hands and lands into his own. He looks at you for a second. He looks at the stone. Can you hold this again for a second?
I hold it.
As you do, he sort of studies it for a second. And now give it back.
I give it back to him.
Now here, hold it again.
I hold it.
As he does this a couple times, you're able to see it too. There's a slight shimmer of light difference between when you two are passing it back and forth. Almost like a different sort of colors emanating from it, an off green, if you will. Like it shifts such a mild color of green when it exchange hands.
You guys playing catch over there?
Oh, can
Hold
I
on.
hold it?
Hold on. I take it and I go, very curious. I go over to Moonly and I give it to Moonly.
When you give it to Moonly, it shifts as well.
Interesting.
Is it because like they're short? I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna go over to Sherman and I'm gonna give it to Sherman.
It
Same amount as
shifts
me.
as soon as Sherman touches it.
Does it shift to
Sherman.
a different shade of green?
No, it's just the same green that you saw it before, which when you hold it is that green, but when you pass it to anybody else, it seems to shift it to a different green. An off-color green.
Very strange.
Sherman is now currently holding it. What do you do with it, Sherman? Now give it to me. No, give it to me, says Milo. As you hand it to him, he looks at it and goes, "That is so weird. Did you see that?" And he gives it back to you.
What?
Do you have that spell? Yes. Right. As you cast the spell, what sort of animals are you conjuring here? All right. As you do this, they seem to come out of nowhere, like the mist themselves. These spiders sort of come around you, giving little hisses and little click noises with their mandibles. Not mandibles. Whatever it is, the two little legs are. I can't even remember at this point. Arachnids, spiders, ew. The orb stays the same. And he's like, "No, that's not what I was talking about. Sherman, watch. Give it to me." As you look at it, nothing happens. No change, no shift. And he like looks at you just like longingly, like waiting for you to say the answer. Right? And so does Mila at the same time.
What?
It only reacts to you.
I take it. And I want to look at
It
it.
seems to have its normal shimmer about it. As you take it, it's got that voluptuous green, I guess is what we will call it.
Can I like roll anything to figure out what sort of nature this is?
Arcana.
The only thing I mean, it's not that good, but I'll roll. Come on. 13.
You don't get any familiar sense of it. As you look at it, you've never seen anything like it. Whatever this is, clearly it doesn't really react to humanoid in a sense.
Maybe I should hold on to this.
It seems to be attuned to you.
Can I
That's
actually
a different story.
can
That's a
I
different story.
Can I spend some time with it, like when we're resting? Figure it out, like attune to it, if I could.
All right, you wish to attune to it. Is that
Hey,
correct?
Silicon.
Well,
After he says, maybe I should hold on to this, Wolfen goes up to you and says, "Let me see it for a second."
Why? I want to. No. Here you go. I give it to him.
I hold it. I
As
examine it.
as you hold it again, the shimmer sort of shifts and whatnot, and it is that off green in a sense. You examine it. What are you looking for exactly?
The green shade is only when he holds it.
It is natural green when he holds it. It is an off green when it seems that he relinquishes control of it.
Okay. pull out my sword slightly as I touched against the blade.
You're like pulling out just a portion of your sword from its sheath and then touching the crystal to the blade.
Mhm.
You just hear it like tink.
All right.
Please don't break it. What if this is like a very powerful object? And I would like to use it one day.
I was not begging it. Thank you, Sherman. As I put my sword back in its sheath, as I give it back to Silicon. Just be careful
Take
with
it back.
it. I don't want you to become cursed or something.
Oh well. Some say I'm already cursed. Some say I'm already cursed. What?
Wait, what?
Fallen
don't try to
Aasimar.
say something,
Fallen.
sir.
Well,
It's-
given that I'm a
so-
fallen Aasimar,
so-
it's just
Knowing
like
his
kind of-
backstory and being with him for at least 3 months before this adventure cap happens, he tells you that in his land where he's from, Waterdeep, a metropolis city and whatnot, Aasimars have a thing where if they are sort of abandoned and aren't kept in pretty much the company of other Aasimars, they become fallen Aasimars, which is literally a curse to their race. He feels that he is a curse. I'm going to stop this music. It's glitching for me. Fuck that. But again, it's superstition more than anything. It's not a real curse per se.
I put my hand on his shoulder. Man, listen, look at the people around you. Do you really feel cursed?
I don't know. Who knows? Everything's up in the air.
I'll walk over and ask Silicon if he feels any attachment to the orb.
Hey, guys, group hug.
I-
needs one.
I'm not. No.
I agree. Milo's
I'm
just
not
like
the-
clapping. I agree. And he just like
I acrobatics out of here.
nope.
Acrobatics.
Silicon.
Acrobatics out of here.
This
I grapple. Do I get advantage since we're all ganging up on him?
so in this instance, as Milo sort of becomes distracting at this point and starts to grab Sherman a little bit closer and Moomley, since they're almost sort of height equals, not really, but you get distracted as well. Silicon instantly
That's a compliment.
backflips away real quick and just goes, nope. He's like, I'm out.
I'm not the hugging.
He
type.
waves his hand over his shoulder as he says this.
I'm not the hugging type, but to answer your question, Elamar, I don't think I would be personally attached to it. I don't feel like I'm charmed by it, if that's what you're asking, or any sort of thing like that. But
It
think we
seems
should-
like he was near his death.
well,
Meaning the
it
game.
could have also been the thing keeping him alive. From what I could tell, it looks like he was a half dead, a half living person.
True, I just think we should be careful.
I
Silicon,
agree.
Silicon, just tell Moomley to,
Uh,
and Moomley will
And
punch,
punch you
in
into
the
the
balls.
nuts. Is
Right.
what I forgot to say.
so
We'll just do a test every night, Silicon. It'll be fine. We'll say, okay, pass the orb around, and then as long as you
I
are
think we
willing
should
to
keep
give
it
it up,
in,
I
in its
won't
own
think.
pouch.
If you have a
Yeah,
bonus,
I'm gonna keep it on me. I'm not actually gonna end up spending time with it. I'm just gonna keep it on me.
All right.
As you're having this conversation, talking more and more about this gem, you hear a sort of a squeak noise, per se, something startled in the distance. As you look over, you see this white rabbit sort of prancing through the mist and making its way over towards you guys.
I've watched Monty Python. I don't like it.
Hey, little rabbit.
In the sense, as you see it coming closer and closer, it looks like it's beelining towards Sherman.
Guys.
Hold on.
What do the black spiders do?
Let the druid handle it.
Lester. Oh my god.
One thing
Naming
a little
all my NPC animals. Anyways, so as you bend down to speak to this animal and allow it to come closer, it seems to stop a few feet from you. You see it sort of clean its the top of its head with its 2 paws real quick as it looks over at you for a second, and you see it open its mouth as if ready to eat something, but human noises seem to come out of it instead. And we'll end the session there, guys.
Ah.
Oh, you spelled it.
Yeah, that's what it said. How'd you know?
A message from across the world. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
I want to die.
All right, what'd you think, boys?
That was
fun. Nice.
Definitely fun.
It was fun. A lot of mysteries for next session. I know that.
It was really weird. We weren't gonna be able to kill that guy.
Well, honestly, you probably weren't. How I had him designed, you totally fucked him over with Shatter. I wasn't expecting somebody to cause the place to crumble down. I've used that spell myself on rooftops to make the roof collapse underneath people so they go bye-bye as a player. So it's really fun.
Spell.
It's literally just a loud, thunderous noise as if lightning hit that spot. All right. For doing so well and whatnot, you're pretty close to leveling, by the way. I'll give you that much of a clue. My question for you, I think Sherman knows what the thing is going to say. My question for you guys is, where will you be heading? And I need to ask this, just because it's an open world campaign. I need to know what direction you're going so I can start mapping that area for you. Are you still going to continue to the High Moor, or are you going to do something else?
Well, what was
I would have to
original-
ask. If you have a map that tells us that we know that, like we have the same map we're looking at here, where we know the tradeway was broken down to the south, and we could be trying to restore it.
Is that what you want to do?
Is Trollclaw Ford a town?
Trollclaw Ford is in fact a encampment of trolls.
Oh, what about Boat Skier Bridge?
That's
That is Borskire Bridge, but it is in fact a bridge that was part of the tradeway, but has not been maintained for many years.
Trial, I think.
And if you want to guess what's in the Forest of Worms,
I'm gonna go with worms.
Nightcrawlers.
Nightcrawlers. How'd you know?
Is it worms or is it worms, as in wyverns?
It's worms, as in like the dragon form.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that can be taken 2 different ways.
I think trying to connect the tradeway might be a good idea, guys. What do you think?
Hold on.
Connect tradeway.
Quick question. What was our original reasoning to go to Dragon?
Your ranger friend wants to fight the dangers of the High Moor, which if you guys only hit the spear tip of High Moor with this castle, you're starting to realize that this might not be a good idea.
I'm kind of thinking I may need to gain some more experience in lesser areas.
Did we find any gold at the meantime, like anywhere? Anything like that?
I'll let you roll an investigation check at the start of the next session to see if you found anything in the remains of this castle.
Because
that's a good point. I forgot to do that.
Any chance we took a short rest after digging through that rubble?
Well, technically, talking with your fellow brothers for like 30 minutes is considered a short rest.
Cool.
We should definitely try to head for a town. Get some work.
Well, yeah.
I'm thinking if we go south, connect the tradeway, we can go down to all the towns that are sitting down there. There's a Fort, Scornbell, Trio.
Yeah, there's a trio, all that stuff. Yeah, like what you were saying. We can just continue along the tradeway if we want to and try and.
We'd be sort of forging our own path, but there is no tradeway between Dragon Spear Castle and Borski Bridge.
Well, he said it was part of the tradeway.
Yeah, so I'm saying we could like basically repave it, not pave it, you know what I mean? Like
well,
connect it, make sure there's no evil.
Well, we can't pave it ourselves. We ain't contractors, but we can like.
we could go back to Daggerford and ask them for a contract.
Or better yet, Waterdeep. That's not a big city. Daggerford is probably just more of a town.
Sure.
Waterdeep, and I know Waterdeep, so I mean that's a good idea too. However, we would have to clear that area out, and especially the Trollclaw Ford. If that's so close to the tradeway, we would have to kill off the trolls as well.
The closer you are to your homelands, this is my only hint for you, is the more your backstory will be revealed, in a sense.
Oh, I'm a long way from home.
Well, for anybody who's forest related, being near forest is probably going to start revealing something.
I'm
Right.
assuming that I'm nearby my home due to the fact that there were trees with my symbol on it.
Yeah,
No,
nicely
you're not
forested.
near your home.
But what?
Your clan is a mountainside sort of clan. There's no real mountains around here. However, they did venture that, like, you've read manuscripts where they ventured the old tradeways and whatnot. You have a feeling like it's just something that was left probably 100 years ago by your ancestors.
Oh,
In a
okay.
sense.
Man, those banners, they last forever. I
Where is
think-
that? Just just came
Um,
down here, clear the castle, book it
I
around.
think we should move on towards
Trio?
along. Yeah,
Yeah.
keep it
I
going along
agree.
the tradeway. See if we can't find anything. Maybe if we can find like some wandering trolls, just kill them, just cause.
Yeah, boy.
Kind of like proclaim like, hey, don't fuck with the tradeway.
Just because I haven't played D&D forever, is trolls like inherently evil?
So what I tell everybody who asks what, like, if something is evil or something is good, it's all based on perspective. And
Correct.
based off the perspective of adventurers, they have a natural desire to do things that others would construe as evil. They
Gosh, yeah, I understand. Like
They-
in their society, it's all good and cozy, but
And also,
I'm kind of going off of like the
Well, I mean,
the
if a
formal
if a
definition of
if
good
a
and evil
panther or
inside
or a tiger attacks an adventurer because they're a food source, that is going to be a sort of evil thing towards that, because you're killing life. But it's
Yeah, but
this-
they're actually a neutral character who's
Yeah,
kind
right.
of some desire. But that's why I'm asking, like, by the book definition, D&D.
They're evil
trolls
because they're
evil?
tribal, and their tribes just do
Right.
evil things.
Right. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not like breaking my moral code by deciding to just kill off trolls because I can.
but also sometimes like it's more of like a majority thing from my perspective. Like, not
I can't
could
wait
find a
till you guys
possible
tell
troll.
Brajira next week that he was dressed up as a clown dancing.
He's still dressed as a
already-
clown. He hasn't gotten. he
I already
hasn't
said
changed yet.
No,
I already- I
the
already
illusion
told him that.
disappeared. You guys are wearing
Was
what
it an
you
illusion
originally-
though? Was it an
I
illusion?
already told
Was
him
it?
that. I already told
Or-
him that. I sent him that. Oh,
I hope
fucking
he's all
hell,
right
man.
with the
He
car
said he has a
accident.
broken leg.
Did
What?
he?
Yeah, you just put it in a message. I'm okay at the hospital now with broken leg. Fuck.
Tell him to take a picture with a gesture hat.
It goes Super Saiyan.
I make
But
fun of
yeah.
him all the time because his name just sounds like evil fucking